I mean, I guess this is the decider here, especially for the 04 age group. So, we're excited, and we just can't wait. We still remember like yesterday when they beat us the UAC World, so we got a lot of.
What's going on, everybody? It's a happy Friday. Well, at least I hope so. January 5th, 2024. How's everybody doing out there today? It's one last hill to climb for both of these teams. We're in Gothenburg, Sweden. John, I'm here with you on the call, watching this one on NHL Network with EJ Raddick and Dave Starman. From the 2022 team, a lot of these players from both sides in the United States and Sweden are returning. About 14 to 15 on both sides. United States had to taste defeat in the 2022 Under-18 World Championship gold medal game. They want to return here on the Under-20 side in the World Junior Championships against Sweden and find a way to get gold. So admittedly for me, this is the first time that I get a chance to watch the United States play for gold. It's on the anniversary of their 20 years ago when they won the first time today, which is specifically a pretty cool point. But honestly, over the last three that I've covered, this is the farthest that the United States have made it. Now, last year, they were able to settle for a bronze against Sweden. They don't want to do that this time. They get an opportunity for gold in this 2024 World Juniors, and you can cap it off right. And you can do it against an opponent where, honestly, you're in their barn, and you get an opportunity to go ahead and step up and do something big for this program. We understand that there's a ton of returners, as we said. Really, the only other person from last year that's not here is Logan Cooley. And I understand wherever the United States go, they're probably going to rile up the crowd. But this is time to block out the noise and do everything else that you've already done that got you to this point. That's really all it is about to do here. You got 60 minutes, regulation time, maybe more, depending on where it goes. You know Sweden's a great defensive team. You know the United States can score a ton of goals. I respect Sweden up and down the board as far as offense, defense, and goaltending. But I would give the edge to the United States on the offensive side. Defense, I could probably split that down the middle a little bit, especially if Ryan Chesley and Lane Hutson continue to do what they're doing. On the other side for Sweden, when you have guys on the Red Wings side like Axel Sandin Pohlkamp, the other Elias Pettersson, Matthias Havelid, Warlander, they're pretty good. And on the goaltending for me, is Trey Augustine, the Michigan State Spartan, the Red Wings product, going to be able to step up? And I'll play Hugo Havelid. Hugo Havelid has played every single game in this tournament, I think with the exception of the one that we did against Germany on that 7-5 win for Sweden. So we'll see which way that goes. Let me give you the probable lines. Again, we're probably only a couple minutes away from puck drop. So Team USA head coach David Carle. Line one is probably going to be Oliver Moore, Cutter Gauthier, and Rutger McGroarty. I don't see much changes from yesterday to today. Gavin Brindley, Frank Nazar, Isaac Howard, Ryan Leonard, Will Smith, Gabe Perreault. The BC line has been excellent. Jimmy Snuggerud, Danny Nelson, Quinn Finley. The extra will be Gavin Hayes. On the other end for defense, it'll be Ryan Chesley, Lane Hutson, Seamus Casey, Drew Fortescue, Sam Rinzel, Buium. Eric Pohlkamp will be the extra defense. If they carry him, Trey Augustine probably get the start. Team Sweden head coach Magnus Havelid. Forward line sound like this: Jonathan Lekkerimaki, Noah Ostlund, Anton Wahlberg. Oscar Pettersson, Philip Beested, Liam Ogren, Felix Unger-Sorm, David Enstrom, Otto Stenberg, Zeev Forshall, Fabian Wagner, Isaac Bourne. Rasmus Lundstedt has been the extra forward if they carry it. Matthias Havelid, Elias Pettersson on defense. Tom Willander, Theo Lindstein, Axel Sandin Pellikka, Elias Salamonson. The other Red Wing prospect, Anton Johansson, will be the extra defenseman if they carry that side. It's usually defense, so you would think Anton Johansson and maybe even Gavin Hayes or Eric Pohlkamp for the United States. Hugo Havelid should be getting the start in net. It could be Melker Thielen, but I doubt it at this point because when you have the back-to-back days and you're going for gold, you're going to go with the best. Thielen's played a couple on that side, but they'll probably go with Havelid. Trey Augustine should get the back-to-back. Again, he's got the better numbers than Jacob Fowler, who's been running around 880. Trey Augustine probably took a hit yesterday. Again, we talked about the 2-0 on the side for Finland in the first period, and then the United States answered in the second, and then got a heroic goal from Cutter Gauthier on the power play. It was Jimmy Snuggerud and Cutter Gauthier on the power play that kind of got things turned around. And again, Dave Starman said it over the last time of the preview, and I said it in the yesterday's portion of the game. 2 for 2 on the power play for the United States. 0 for 2 for Finland. That was the game in a nutshell. That's what I kind of put in the story. Could be the same type of thing here. So Cutter Gauthier is going to go ahead and take this draw. And folks, we're going to get underway here. I know it's going to be nervous energy for me. A little bit more awake than usual on this side for the 1:30 again, but we're going to fight our way through this and see how well everyone else is going to do. They didn't even show the projecteds on that side, so they cut right into this. 1949 in the first. Sweden has iced it. So it should be Hugo Havelid and Trey Augustine, but they didn't show the probables in the start portion. I could click on the live sport version of the box to see what they'll show here on the lineup side. So yeah, it is Havelid and Augustine, as this is a shot for Chesley, and this one gets brushed away. Picked up now for Salomonson, as this is wrapped around the left side red line, and Sweden has puck possession. Again, it's going to be easy to tell where they are. It's the all yellow jerseys mixed with the blue pants, United States, and the all blue with the red and white striping. So run slide is the extra forward that they're going to carry. So they're going to go with the forward side, I think more so than the defensive end, but I will watch as that goes along. So here's a long outstretched pass near the left side red line, a long wrist shot. And they try to snipe the top post from about 100 feet as this is recollected. Frank Nazar near the right side red line, in the neutral zone. And now this will go back to D, as they'll go back between Hutson and Chesley. Send this one across. Nazar off the drop, wide open right wing side for Brindley, but that one partially gets deflected with a glove hand and a stick. And now here's a race inside off the backhand. This will chip off the outside of the cage. And now Sweden nicely will kick this one and feel a beasthead, as this is picked back up in the neutral zone. Sweden will fall on it. 18:35. I'll have to go on this first. John on here with you on the call. This is it. This is the gold medal game. USA and Sweden. As this is played in between a couple of legs, and the United States have to get some space on this breakout, looking for a pass right down the middle, and this one will get intercepted. They're trying to find Gavin Brindley as Pettersson now. Vancouver Canucks product. Again, the other Pettersson, the defensive side, as this is wrapped up. And behind the cage are Trey Augustine. Players will come together. Eric Pohlkamp is the extra defenseman, so they will carry Pohlkamp today. They won't use Hayes. 18 minutes left to go in this first, as United States get wrapped up near the right side red line. This puck is still very contested, and this will get across the blue line all the way down the ice. 17:45 left to go in the first. Havelid will take a break, and behind his cage, Matthias Havelid with Elias Pettersson. Again, there's a few of them on this side. There's 3 of them, as this is near the left side red line. United States will send this one back across the center ice logo. Good reverse hit. Sweden trying to get this one near the left side of the dot. Wrapped around the net now. And this will be contested near the right side dot. Here comes a slap shot. This is a good block by the United States. Sweden tries to keep it in. Nice work near the left side boards. And now they'll have this down low. Up a half pin and a spin. Sweden able to stay with it now, as this is worked in behind the cage. Here's a cross pass. Now they're still dancing in behind the net, as they're still trying to move this thing around, working over the backhand, but the United States is there. They're forming a wall near the back post. As it's near the right side dot. Go D to D, go up high, and now pinching the blue line. Off the half spin now. Labus back, here's a long wrist shot, blocked again by the United States, and they will chip this across the red line and fire it down. 16:44 left to go in the first. USA has iced it. So good work by Sweden as far as their line. Let me make sure that I get this correct there with Jonathan Lekkerimaki, Havelid, Elias Pettersson on that side. They were able to go ahead and keep puck possession a little bit sustained, force the United States to ice it. And they'll have to go ahead and take this draw on this side for Noah Ostlund. So Ostlund wins it clean. Lekkerimaki will go ahead and get this one. This is near the right side boards. Will bounce away from his stick for a moment. One of the United States players is absolutely down, very slow to get up, as Lekkerimaki cross pass, and this might have just whistled wide above the ear of Trey Augustine off the shot, sent all the way down, so this should not be iced. And this will be picked up for the Swedish defense and Theo Lindstein. So Good start for Sweden in this game. We said good start for Finland in the last game before that completely changed. And the United States, honestly, I don't think they can force themselves to go down 2-0 against a team like Sweden compared to Finland. A little bit more firepower to use as Pettersson try to get this one up to the forwards for Liam Ogren. He's the one that's looking near the left side. He's trying to get a pin as well to get this puck loose. Philip Beestead will get this out. Ogren's wearing the captaincy today, as this is sent in by the United States and through the neutral zone. They'll get this across the red line. Snuggerud with a long shot, and this one is held by Havelid. 15:35 left to go, and this first shots are now 2-1 in favor of the Americans. We're scoreless here. This is the WJC gold medal game. John on here with you on the call. Again, you can follow along on the IIHF feed on the YouTube side of the page, or with me at John Ryan Ott on the Twitter and X Space, and on the YouTube side. Anyone that joins in, I appreciate it. Again, since Canada is not in this, I imagine we won't get as many people watching it on the streams, but still, I got to be able to bring this for my own sanity as well, because I just want to see what happens. David Enstrom will win this draw. Third line centerman, as this is bounced a couple times. Good move here for Sweden to be able to get the zone. Salamonson able to make the move. And a couple extras will get this in behind the cage of Augustine, but the Americans have it now. Almost flub on a clearing attempt. And they'll get this off the back end as Rinzel wasn't very confident with that one as this goes near the left side boards. Now off the forehand. This will go D-to-D. Rinzel has an opportunity as this one gets blocked. Sweden will get it near the left side boards as the United States will try to work this one around. They'll pick it back up, and behind the cage of Havelid trying to make a centering pass that bounces off the back of the net. And this will take a bad bounce for Sweden. It'll bounce in front of the net near the right side down. Here's a turnaround shot, close 5-hole save for Havelid. 14:40 left to go in this first. Felix Ungersoren has it now. So this is the third line side. Going to take a long shot. This one will be held with the right glove of Augustine as we get a little pushing and shoving. Otto Stenberg and Fortescue on that same portion of the line. I'll go ahead and take a look during the commercial break to see if I can adjust a little bit of these lines, but should be good for the most part. Should only have to do minor movement on that end. Felix Ungersoren, number 16, they're showing his replay as he was kept out wide near the right circle. That was good defense by Buium there. 14:34 left to go in the first. It's an offensive zone draw here for Sweden. Try to win this one off the tie-up, and the United States will glove it down and across the red line as it's heavily contested. In between the players' bench, the Americans have it. Be an opportunity here for Chesley off the long flip. This could work out pretty good near the left side boards, but there's only one forechecker for the United States. As this is a 3-on-3 off the back pass. Good set up in the middle of the slot, and the slap shot goes wide. Rebound trying to play in between the legs. That would have been a great opportunity for Ostlund as this is kept in. Ostlund now. That was a pretty good move. That almost looked like Matthew Tkachuk as it was near the right side boards. And this will fall back to the defensive side for Wielander and Lindstein. Lindstein now will get this one back. Wallner now for Lindstein. Try to start this one right to left. This will be chipped in across the red. United States can't get to the puck first. Sweden's got it. Off the forehand now. They try to center this up in front of the net. A lot of deflections. A lot of opportunities behind the net to try to bank it in off the goaltender I'm seeing right now. Havelid makes a save off the side of the cage. United States will get this near the right side. Smith. Perreault. Try to send this one across the wall. It bounces out near the left side. This shot gets deflected. United States pick it back up. Will Smith. Great cross pass. Seamus Casey. As he tries to make a play. United States slow to get up in front of the net off of a screen. As Perreault, I think, got wiped out. Perreault now near the right side boards trying to finish it. Smith trying to provide a couple extra hits. And now Sweden off the half spin. They want a penalty here, the fans do on that side. There was some pushing and shoving near the left side boards after one of the American players got knocked out. And now we'll probably get a tripping penalty here. This is right in front of the Zebras. So a little bit too much for the United States. You saw some tripping off of the screen. Perreault got hit up high. Let me go ahead and see if I can get anything else. It was Fortescue that got the tripping penalty, but Leonard got wiped out. Perreault was getting hit. Fortescue got a little angry, took a tripping penalty. We'll see how that works out when we come back.
Because every kid deserves a chance to play, love, and excel. Visit USAHockey.com to learn more about the great youth hockey opportunities available for your child. Because dreaming big is one thing, getting the right start is everything.
Good offensive shift by the U.S. They get some zone time and some chances, and then back the other way come the Swedes. We talked about their quick breakout. They get an entry, and Fortescue stick gets tied up with Pedersen. And he comes up a little bit high, and the Swedish power play gets to go to work.
Swedes have been very good on the power play and returned at 45%.
So at 12:44 in the first power play for Sweden, Fortescue gets called for a trip. I want to make sure I threw that in my notes. See how that happens. Penalty kill leaders: Slovakia at 89%, Sweden at 85%, Sweden at 82%, United States at 85.7%. Excuse me on that side. So the penalty kills have been good in the WJCs. This is a gigantic one for the United States. Full length clear. Step down by Hugo Havelid. And Sweden will get the opportunity here. As this will be Axel Sandin Pellikka, kind of the power play specialist. Something to watch for me on the Red Wings side, as well as Trey Augustine. Great move near the left side. As this one saved Noah Ostlund certainly had the skating shoes on. Now he's also played one between the legs. That one was off of just a basic forehand deep. Lekkerimaki, here's the one-timer. This one will get blocked. As this is near the right side boards, United States find it off the backhand. We'll go ahead and peel back. Buium will have it now. He peeled back, is able to kill a few extra seconds and take his change. Well done there. 1 minute left to go on the Swedish power play. 11:45 left to go in the first round. I'm here with Nicole. Sweden on the power play. Shots now even at 3. Hayes trying to go ahead and give chase. This will be Bstead near the right side off his forehand. Near the left side wall. Spin this around the cage now for David Enstrom. Enstrom near the right side. Off the backhand. This will follow the defense. I saw a one-timer. And that one was stopped by Augustine. That was in a great spot to shoot on top of the left dot. Now near the left side in the high slot. Sweden fires through traffic. This one will go wide. Good stick in the lane. United States funnel this one down across the neutral zone. So they'll get it out again, but they've had to go against a couple pressures. Sweden's power plays look pretty good. Under Sorum, drop past 1T. Good save by Augustine as Nazar will flip it all the way down the ice. So Sweden's power play has looked excellent, even though they haven't scored. It's 3 seconds left. By the time they get in the neutral zone, it'll expire. 10:44 left to go in the first. Even strength as this is dumped in across the red line side. United States, Lane Hutson and Ryan Chesley back out there. Good dispossess for Sweden. And near the left side boards. And behind the cage, as this one will get deflected, and now United States can hopefully look to break out with this thing left to right. Here's a long outstretched pass. Jimmy Snuggerud. He needs some space. He'll make a long seam pass here for Ryan Chesley, but it'll get picked off. Lindstein, great pass. As this is dumped in for Sweden, this will be played by Augustine and sent back out. 10 minutes left to go in this first, as we're still scoreless, but Sweden on their power play got a few shots, and they look dangerous. Axel Sandin Pellikka absorbs a hit. Bstead gets it up to the forwards. There's this off the rush again chance, and Sweden gets denied by Augustine. I love their speed and puck possession right now. This looks like a different animal as far as everyone else in the United States has played, just being completely honest from what I see. Get knocked down right in front of the referee, but it's not called. And a couple stick battles will dispossess Sweden of the puck, as Lekkerimaki was given a couple extra shots right in front of the referee, but they let him play on. And the United States in the next possession have iced it. 9:28 left to go in the first. So there's a trip right in front. And then Lekkerimaki, he gets dispossessed by 3 different United States players trying to make a move after he burns past Chesley. and then gets a little bit upset about it. Ostlund is showing his chances. Felix understormed the beasthead with the 1T that goes off of the top of the jersey, almost by the dome of Trey Augustine. So he's been very, very sharp. The United States have kind of been under pressure here a little bit on this side against Sweden. I'm not going to say it feels just like the first period against Finland, as they've iced it again. But still, these transitions for Sweden, as far as the 1Ts, the power play, and everything else, it's looked really sharp right now. Even more so than when Finland took a 2-0 lead. So 9:16 left to go in this first. It'll be 2 straight icings for the United States, a bunch of tired bodies. Sweden wins the draw. This will go in the high slot. And the shot is held by Augustine. We'll take our ice break. 9:09 in the first. It's pretty good for Sweden now, but it's still scoreless.
Larry, check this out. With On Deck, we can get small business go fast and start hiring more help right away. Or loan cash. There's a better way to get a fast small business loan. On Deck, the online lender that makes it easy to choose your loan and if approved, get funds as soon as the same day. Your loan is on deck. The first time you connected your GoDaddy website and your store was also the first time you realized.
Well, we can do anything. Cheesecake cookies? The cookies.
Manage all your sales from one place with a partner that always puts you first. Start today at GoDaddy.com. Nothing scary about Energizer Ultimate Lithium, the #1 longest lasting AA battery.
Got some big news. The 50th anniversary of the IIHF World Junior Hockey Championship is headed to the U.S. and the state of hockey, with the cities of St. Paul and Minneapolis in Minnesota serving as the host. If you're interested in receiving ticket information, sign up for the Minnesota Sports and Events newsletter by visiting worldjuniors.mn26.com. 2026.
This will be spun back around the inboards, and now Sweden will get another draw in the offensive end as we come back from the ice break. About 8:55 left to go in the first. We're still scoreless near the left side. Keeping this off the forehand. Now this will go back to D. Enstrom will let this one go, as this is shot just wide. And the United States now, left to right, will get this one across the red line. As they have to have a couple tired bodies out there. So bounce up in the air to Havelid near the left side post. We get some pushing and shoving. 8:40 left to go in the first. Sweden has the shots on goal advantage at 5-3, but we're still scoreless in this first with 8:40 left. As we're getting a chance to look at Trey Augustine for the last time. Again, from his improvement from last year for me, and again, I thought this was pretty well said by Dave Starman. He had Caden Birko last year. And Birko was primarily the starter. Trey Augustine kind of the backup, played a couple games. Trey Augustine now with Jacob Fowler has an opportunity to showcase what he can do. And I really think he's made an improvement. And to be able to see the Michigan State product now, a member of the Red Wings, with Sebastian Cossa already in the system, I think it gives me hope that there's going to be a goaltender battle in the future for Detroit to see what they'll have in the net. And as long as they can improve the defensive players, like Antonio Hutson, who's going to be in this game, or Axel Sandin Pellikka, future should be good. This is a long wrister and held by Hugo Havelid. 8:25 left to go in the first as that one was let go by Rinzel. 5-4. Sweden has the shots on goal advantage. It's a primarily Swedish crowd, as you would guess in Gothenburg, Sweden. They are the host country, but we do see some USA contingents watching this one on NHL Network. Good win by the United States. They need to get an offensive zone draw. As they get this one near the right side, Havelid closes the 5-hole, makes the save, and Gabe Perreault with a gigantic shove on that side. We are starting to see a little bit of feistiness here from the United States. We will see if that continues. So Buium had an opportunity off the back pass. Will Smith had a shot going for the 5-hole here. It was open for a moment, but it was closed by Hugo Havelid. I can see exactly what he was aiming for, but it hit him right up in the gut. After a couple, Salomonson was there. Everyone else to pick it to make sure it didn't cross anywhere near the red line. So the BC line will take their time. Gabe Perreault slams his stick as he goes back into the players' bench. Nazar try to win this one clean, but actually bounced off the referee near the left side. Axel Sandy Pellica helped to get this one out. Good curl and drag off the pass, be able to find an entry here for Sweden. That was pretty good. As this is spun back around the left side boards, it'll be an opportunity for Stenberg. Near the right side, Rinzel will pin him across. Stenberg up against the right side red line wall. 7:45 left to go in this first is David Enstrom and Felix Ungersorum out there for Sweden right now. As United States will get this one across the red line. A backhanded pass and a couple good stick chops. Right off the rush, no space for the United States to be able to get the moves that they want. Good defense here for Sweden as they'll get an offensive zone entry now. And a good counter by the United States. They'll pin 3 against the right side boards. They'll be able to find a breakout now. Rinzel going to skate himself in between his own end. Absorbs the hit, tries to get this around near the right side, and Sweden has it in behind their own cage. Havelid waiting near the left side of the post in the butterfly. As Sweden's bounce pass will go near the left side boards off the wall. This will be dropped out in front. A good cancel by the United States near the left side dot. Work this in behind the office now. Trey Augustine and Jimmy Snuggerud, St. Louis Blues product. Long outstretched pass. United States get a shot here. They do. And this one is held for Havelid near the left side post. Rutger McGroarty, U of M man, was the one from Snuggerud. So we did see Snuggerud now on the top line a little bit. They mixed in Oliver Moore. They moved Snuggerud down, not for a demotion side, but they wanted to jumpstart all 4 lines and create offense. But we will still see Snuggerud with Cutter Gauthier and Rutger McGroarty on that top line as David Carle continues to mix and match. 6:51. Face-off one between the legs. Rutger McGroarty will wrap this around now. Jimmy has got this one near the left side board. Snuggerud is now pinned. And now Sweden able to break this one out as they'll get this near the left side boards. Recollected by the United States near the left side red line, but here's a half pin, and now the United States have to go ahead and recollect with Seamus Casey. Casey will be able to get it out as this is near the left side red line now. Turn and spin and shoot. And Casey, shot deflected. Another shot, this one goes high. Hits Havelid right in the arm, and Sweden will try to get it out of their own end. Good dispossession by the Americans. This is a good forecheck. 6:05 left to go in the first. It'll pin Sweden in deep, but they'll have it. Leonard will take his time. 5:55 left to go in the first. This kind of feels like a soccer game as far as the chance. Swedish fans have been very loud right now as it's 0-0. This is entered here for Beestead. Long wrister as this one is knocked away for Trey Augustine with the stick. And now the Americans try to take it left to right. Here's a long outstretched pass and off the half spin. This will be picked up here for the second line. Gabe Perreault now with Will Smith and Ryan Leonard. Leonard now waiting on the top of the circles as this is sent in. And now the United States will have to go ahead and recollect on the defensive side. Chesley make his long outstretched pass, but it's too far to the number 4 overall pick, Will Smith, who loses an edge behind the net. This could allow Sweden to be able to gain this near the right side wall, but I think they went off sides. 5:11 left to go in the first. We'll take an ice break.
Ice works fast. Heat makes it last. Feel the power of contrast here. So you can rise from rain. Icy hot.
We love going games. Big seats get pricey, so we use Game Time. Game Time checks ticket prices in real time and finds you all the best last-minute deals. We got our seats 20 minutes ago for 60% off. Last-minute tickets at the best price in seconds. Download Game Time now.
Yeah, large mushroom.
Super Marie. Pizza again. Or HelloFresh has delicious guilt-free recipes you can make in a snap. Whoa, that's right. Do you remember pizza got something? He's fine. Lawrence and Homer, breakfast? HelloFresh has free breakfast for life. How long have you been here?
Pretty interesting start to this game. I think you would expect to see this a little bit in the goal. A little bit of a defensive battle. Who is going to strike first? So since 2000 in the gold medal games, United States 5-1, Sweden 1-5. We talked about their preliminary success in the medal rounds, not so much. All-time 5-2, 2-11 on the other side for Sweden. So this is going to be what you would expect, but I think Sweden at some point, that's just kind of a number that's in their head as far as the futility in the medal rounds. This team's too good to have that kind of struggling, as this is sent near the left side red line. This team specific from what we've seen, again, it was just a 5-0 win over Germany on that side in the second game, but the first 3 games they didn't even concede a goal. So we know what they can do. Chesley off the stretch pass, backhand, good stop for Havelid as he hugged near the right post. And they try to break this right through the middle of the spot. That might have been Nelson on that side. It was a great pass for Chesley that sprung the United States right down the middle, just maybe a half of a skate stride. Just couldn't get anything else more than a backhand on it as it was stuck. And this was a pickup off the backhand. I think Finley was denied on that side. Quinn Finley got the backhand from a Chesley pass. I wanted to make sure that I got the number, but he only had about a quarter of a stride ahead. He only really could do the backhand. So this was won by Sweden. 4:30 left to go in the first in the defensive zone. Now they'll gain the offensive side and a finger snap. As they'll put this near the left side boards, Jonathan Lekkerimaki will go ahead and recollect, as this is an opportunity for Frank Nazar in the second line for David Carle's squad to get it in. Isaac Howard off the chase again. He played shootout hero in round 7, which helped the United States get the win over Czechia. Czechia destroyed Finland today, so they won the bronze. Finland doesn't get anything, as this is wrapped around, and now Sweden will try to press the other way. Good defense off the back check for Gavin Brindley. 3:57 left in the first, forces Sweden to go offsides. So we're looking at wholesale line changes for both teams right now. And we're going to see who's going to take the draw. Looks like line 4 for Magnus Havelid's squad, Fabian Wagner. We'll go ahead and take this one. As again, we're seeing the Swedish contingent in Gothenburg, Sweden, celebrate, stand up, and make a lot of noise here. They've been doing that throughout this game, and we expect that to continue regardless of the scoreline. Wrapped around the end boards now. And the defense for Hutson will go ahead and recollect. This is a penalty in front of the net. The United States went down. It looked like Hutson got taken out. So Augustine couldn't leave his goal crease yet because the U.S. have it in their own end. Now they finally will. Jimmy Snuggerud. We'll see who the extra attacker is going to be, but Snug's got the puck now, as he'll continue to skate around. So they can go ahead and get some time and kind of pretty much take a respite. Will Smith has it. We'll make a back pass up the middle, and now sent back to the United States. They're taking their sweet time in the neutral zone now. Finally gain an entry near the right side. The United States have a power play. As soon as Sweden touches this puck, here's a slap shot. It's not going to matter. They score! Gabe Perreault gives the United States the lead with the extra attacker. We don't need the power play. 3:04 left to go in the first. Stars and Stripes take the lead. Gabe Perreault strikes first. And the gold medal game, that's exactly what you want to see from the United States. Perfect cross pass. Will Smith touch to Perreault. He might have got a deflection near the left side post. Was it a slap pass from the BC line? Will Smith? Yep, Will Smith to Gabe Perreault near the left side of the crease. He deflects it in. Past Havelid. No chance to make the save there. Perfect rebound deflection out front. Gabe Perreault. The BC line strikes again. And they took advantage of it there. They had a power play opportunity, but the United States took their time. They measured themselves in the defensive end. They got the extra attacker. They got what they wanted, and they score with Gabe Perreault. 3:04 left to go in this first. As here's a bouncing puck into the neutral zone, and now sent in by the United States. They have just scored. The BC line. Gabe Perreault from Will Smith getting the primary assist with the extra attacker. It could have been a power play, but they didn't need it. As this is Sweden. 3-on-2 near the left side wall. Can they answer with a late goal in the first? Gabe Perreault with his third of the tourney at 16:56 from Smith and Rutger McGroarty. Here is a turnover in the neutral zone. This will be picked up. Lekkerimaki off the half spin, as this is near the left side wall. Sweden with a nice backhanded play. And they'll have this on the left side dot. Here's a slap shot. Good save for Augustine, as this is near the left side dot. If you're the United States, you want to make sure that you go into the dressing room with the lead, as this goes up high. Lindstein will send this one across. Bullender. Good drag near the left side. Ostlund making a backhanded play. He has been the best player for Team Sweden so far. He has got the dancing shoes on. He's beating Chesley in between the legs. He's got a couple slap shots. That was a beautiful pivot near the left dot and working his way behind the net. So they're showing the breakout for the United States. Jimmy Snuggerud started in his own end. He left it for Will Smith, got it near the right side boards, and then Smith with a kind of a slap pass near the left side, and Gabe Perreault beats everybody to the rebound, puts it in the net from Will Smith and Rutger McGroarty. 2 minutes left to go in the first. United States now have the lead. It was a delayed penalty call that Sweden never got the opportunity to touch. The United States scored. Puck goes on the players' bench, so we'll get a stoppage. 1:56 left to go in this first. Sweden had a good start to this game, and I still can tell you that they've been pretty good on this side. And the United States get a key goal. And this start in the first, again, the United States didn't concede a pair, which is definitely a success, as this is a face-off win. But still, I think Sweden's done enough here to be able to score a couple goals. Trey Augustine's had a pretty good first period. That's what I can say all told. Shots on goal are now 8-7. Good steal by the Americans. Able to buy some time. Snuggerud get this one near the left side. This is a save for Havelid near the left side of his glove. This is a pin against the wall. United States have this now, as this will be Snuggerud. He'll win another battle. He's played a great game so far. Deflected toward the net. Good save for Havelid, as they had players on the doorstep and Gauthier. He didn't have a chance to really see through that screen, but he found it. He felt the puck hit the left side of his glove, and he held on. 1:26 left to go. And as I've just said, I love the play for Jimmy Snuggerud on the other side for the United States. I love that measured breakout. He's winning puck battles near the left side board, setting up his teammates. He's doing the little things right now, keeping the puck possession for the United States. Face-off win for the U.S. As this is near the right side now. Been up to for Rinzel, turnaround shot, and that was a good idea, but it goes just wide near the right side red line. As there's a hold, Sweden desperate to get this out. They want to make something happen with the final 1:05 in the first. Ostlund off his backhand. He's being surrounded by two U.S. players. He's forced into a turnover. This is a sauce pass. It's a good one. I thought it was a little dangerous. Offsides nonetheless. 55 seconds left to go in the first. They let the clock run down a couple. We'll see if they'll put a few extra seconds back on the board, but that'll help the United States if they don't. 10-7 is the shots on goal advantage for the Stars and Stripes. They lead 1-0 from a Gabe Perreault goal. 54 seconds left to go in the first frame. John Eder with you. We're watching this one on HL Network alongside AJ Raddick and Dave Storyman. This is the last hurdle to climb. The United States is guaranteed a silver. This will be the highest result I've seen them get in the 3 years that I've covered the tournament myself. But I'd like to see gold. Again, Sweden, the host country, they can be guaranteed at least a silver. They're going to get a medal. But again, their preliminary rounds, they've had unprecedented success. But when you get into the medal rounds, they've had a history of losing on that side. But as I've said in the open, I think this team is very, very good. And they're able to get through any sort of inconspicuous play and turn it around. Looking at the cameras right now at the top, I'm wondering what the heck that's about. If there's a puck or something else that hit it, some kind of delay. There's a red light on one of these cameras. I think we're going to get a little delay on this side. And if we do, I can pause the recorder and still stay with you on that side. Not quite sure what's going on with the technology. So they did add the 4 seconds on the score clock, as they should. United States goal leaders with 40, Sweden with 25. Again, this is just 7 games in the tournament on that side. So a little bit of 5 goals per game on that side for Sweden, a little bit more for the United States, as you would expect, as this is picked up near the right side red line at the neutral zone now, and this will be settled in for Sweden. Picked up off the backhand. This will be Chesley. We'll get this one off the sauce. Brindley able to find the entry at Gavin. Get this near the right side dot for Frank Nazar on the second line. Get this near the right side dot to his defense. Partially fumbled, but the United States will take their time and across the red. Now gain the entry. Center ice. This will be off the half spin. Buium loses the puck. Down to 10 seconds now. Sweden's got an opportunity to go ahead and get this to the neutral zone, but USA will find it off the drop pass. Time for one more shot, as this is Brindley. Well, Spandy runs out of time. Would have liked to see him shoot there, but nonetheless, as we end the first period of play, Team USA is out in front. Gabe Perreault from Will Smith. It was the BC line. It's the first goal of the game. And when we come back, we'll call the second period. Stay tuned. I'm just going to type in a couple of notes, my friend, and then I'm going to jump back in. So give me just 2 minutes. We'll jump back into the intermission discussion.
JD, you were watching intently. 1 down, 2 to go, and if history is trying to anything can happen over the course of the next 40 minutes. But what did you notice over the first 20 minutes of play?
I mean, Trey Augustine, again, he's the last. I mean, last game you could say they were down 2-0 after the first against Finland, but it could have been 4-0. He was so good. And again tonight, that first 10 minutes, everybody could hear the cheering of the Trey Augustine fans. They were going bananas, and he just managed the moment. He was calm in net, controlling rebounds, unbelievable. Some great scoring chances that he made, 10 saves on. So, and as a whole for the U.S., I think just managing that moment is so big. It's hard to come into these games. They're obviously the away team. Swedish fans are going bananas, and they weathered the storm. They did what they needed to do early on. You're going against that top-ranked power play, and
that short-handed save right there.
He's just like one after the other, and it was great. And then they don't.
All right, so we got the goal typed in. So it'll be Gabe Perreault from Will Smith and Rutger McGroarty at the 16:56 marker. So I'll go ahead and make sure that I throw that in my notes. So the game story will be at hopelessportsguide.wordpress.com per usual. John out here with you on the call. We're in the first intermission at John Reinott on Facebook and X, Twitter, and YouTube side. Anyone following along, you can also do so at the IIHF YouTube page if they're still doing the streaming. But if not, you can go ahead and listen in as I'll try to take you through this. So at 16:56, United States, they had a power play opportunity, but Jimmy Snuggerud played it very well, the St. Louis Blues product. They got the extra attacker on the ice. They never allowed Sweden to touch the puck, and they matriculated their way on a 6-on-5 to be able to eventually get in the zone off a seam pass. Will Smith gets set up near the, wouldn't say right side dot, but in the high slot near the right. He goes for a slap shot deflection, kind of a slap pass. Gabe Perreault beats everybody near the left post, and it bleeds through Havelid off the rebound. The United States gets the first goal of the game.
They felt like they were the better team. They felt like they were the team to beat in this tournament, and they showed it that first.
Smith with the setup there. You called it about 10 seconds before that puck came back to the net. You knew exactly what Team USA had on their hands when it came to the management.
It's easy from back here, right?
Right. If they were sitting in our comfortable leather chairs, we can tell exactly what's going on. We couldn't tell exactly what it was like in that building with the atmosphere. The Swedish fans, we just mentioned, going bananas with the yellow eye. They had been in the building earlier in the day, rooting for Team Czechia, who ended up getting the bronze medal. How is it having played in major tournaments, the Olympics, obviously the NHL? What is it like being in that type of?
So let's just go ahead and give you shots on goal totals, and I'll get the other stats as well.
Closest thing I had, they put in the Spangler.
Shots on goal, Stars and Stripes lead that one.
That they travel, and it's always like a smaller building, and it's incredible to stand. You can't hear yourself speak on the ice. You can't hear your teammates yelling.
10-7 for the United States, and face-offs are 14-8.
Teammates and knowing that your guys are going to be there, and then just like I said, it's well
For Sweden.
Yeah, it's, the ice is going to be tilted. You know that Sweden's going to come out hard. They did. They had the better of the chances early. But you could just see the U.S. just kind of implement their game more and more. And I think the last 10 minutes, it was.
So, Drew Fortescue.
And I like the way they played. So, first period down 1-0.
With 7:16 left to go in the first, took the penalty. And at that point, again, through the first maybe 5-6 minutes of the game, we saw Sweden kind of go ahead and press the play a little bit, get a good set of shots. Trey Augustine was pretty busy on that side. Pucks were hitting them consistently as Sweden was playing fast, precise with the puck injuries, working behind the net and getting some one-timers. Augustine was pretty busy. Again, shots on goal 10-7, but a little bit of an early start. Most of those 7 shots, I would say maybe within the first 5-6 minutes of that period. But the United States were able to kind of get through a little bit of that press. And then when they did get a power play opportunity, which they could have had at 16:56 around that marker, it was Gabe Perreault that scored. Will Smith set up back pass, as we said, near the right side of the blue line, kind of a slap pass. Near the left side post, Perreault beats everybody to the rebound, gets the tip, puts it in. So shots on goal 10-7 in favor of the Americans, 14-8 face-off for Sweden. Let's give you a reset, especially for me. I get a chance to look at this for the first time. Bronze medal game. So Czechia wins 8-5, a very high-scoring game. So Finland got off to a great start again. Rasmus Kupalainen and Jani Niemann score at 6:13 and 7:43 respectively. Yuri Kulich, Buffalo Sabres product from Matthias Mavlovsky and Thomas O'Mara at 16:16. Salin takes a penalty that allows Jakob Stanzel to score on the power play. Czechia ties it at 8:37 in the second. Costa Helenius and Leonard Jimenez make it 4-2, back-to-back goals after Czechia got back-to-back goals at 8:52 and 9:11 respectively, less than 20 seconds apart. Illegal equipment, Jakob Stanzel, 11:39 penalty, never seen that one. Jimenez scores 5-2, Finland gets the lead from Kessinen and Kulinemi. Sopolev gets a check to the head, and then Beecher scores shorthanded from Stanzel and Elschek. So Finland up 5-3, and then 5 unanswered goals for Czechia. Kulich again on the power play, Becker, Hamara, and then 2 empty netters, Ramon and Becker again. Sopolev and Neiman get called for roughing with 1 second left to go. Becker, a hat trick and 2 assists, a 5-point game. Yuri Kulich, 2 and 2. Hamara, a goal and 2 assists. So Finland blows a 5-3 lead after 2 and loses 8-5. They don't get any medals. Czechia gets bronze. If you would have told me it was set up where Czechia could get at least bronze and it'd be the United States and Sweden in this tournament, I think that would have sounded pretty accurate, and that's the way it is right now. Somebody's got to lose, and it was Canada on that side. Again, you could still have Connor Bedard, but he's playing with the Chicago Blackhawks. There's a ton of other pieces. Owen Beck was the only other returner, so I understand they don't have everything else. And I also don't want to hear this as far as the intermission portions of our talking. Well, the United States have everybody, so there should be warning. I don't want to hear that either. Because when you're thinking about Sweden, you're thinking about Czechia. Hell, Slovakia won the first 3 games of this tournament. They were looking like a machine until they ran into the United States and lost 10-2 on that side. So it's going to come down to 40 more minutes of play. The United States can draw first blood, and we will see what happens with the rest of it. I'm going ahead on this side and going back into the question, who are you rooting for today to win gold? Again, I kind of imagine this might be the case. 3 out of 4 votes right now are for Sweden on that side. So I don't think a lot of people really root for the Americans on that side. But again, for me, broadcast from the Michigan side, I'll take it on this end. I like being able to see the United States play meaningful games and have the program continue to build. Right now, they got a 1-0 lead after 1 as they're interviewing the goal scorer, Gabe Perreault.
Yeah, it's always super calm, always supporting us out there. So I really like that.
Any comments, questions, concerns? Get at me on this side. Already went through the scoreboard on both games. I'll go ahead and put in the YouTube side your goal setup. Let me just do this really quick for you. So that is in the comments section for everybody here. On that end, that's your score set up on that side. We've gone through some of those stats. I don't think all my notes will fit in the comments section. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. If they do, I'll throw that in there. Yeah, it doesn't fit all the stuff as far as the notes. Hopefully get a little bit of a reset there. That's your first reset, and that is your goal reset in the comments section for anyone that does join. So hopefully that'll work out. I think this is going to be a soft NHL night. Again, we were really busy. I was surprised that the Red Wings able to get that win over the LA Kings. Especially, I guess they don't play that well at home, but they're unbeatable on the road. The NHL night looks like Blackhawks Devils at 7 p.m. Same thing for Hurricanes and Caps. That one's going to be a cap of 1 in Washington, D.C. And their late game is Jets Ducks. Just 3 games today in the National Hockey League.
Even dentures at any dentist you want. Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or
Got a loaded NBA night. There's 7 o'clock games. Jazz, Celtics, Hawks, Pacers. 7:30 Eastern will be Thunder, Nets, Wizards, Cavs, Knicks, Sixers. 8 o'clock Eastern, Hornets, Bulls, Timberwolves, Rockets, Clippers, Pelicans. 8:30 Eastern will be Trailblazers, Mavs. 9 p.m. Eastern, Magic, Nuggets, Heat, Suns. 10 p.m. will be Grizzlies, Lakers. That one's on ESPN. And Raptors, Kings. So there'll be a lot going on. Pistons will play the Warriors here locally. The over-under is set at 239.5. That is the most points of every game on the docket. So read into that what you will.
Yeah, little seeing eye shot off the front. D-man net front. Don't skate in front of your goalie. Let him see it. Wasn't even a hard shot.
No Thursday games on the docket today for football. It will start on Saturday with the Steelers and the Ravens and the Texans and the Colts. 4:30 Eastern, 8:15 Eastern. All the other games will be on Sunday. And close it out with the Sunday night game for Bills Dolphins. That is for the division.
Exactly that reaction there. Just bewilderment. I mean, it was just one of those games that you thought they had it. I mean, I think the game turned around at the end of the second. They scored a shorthanded goal to make it 5-3. Czechia, and then literally, I think he just gave him life. He gave the Czechs life and just slowly snowballed. I mean, great for Czechia to come back and just amazing resilience and never say die attitude. And then, I mean, again, that 5-up, those just the young D back home. Don't skate in front of your goalie when the shot's coming from the point. You got to watch out because the goalie just has a split second and can't see the puck. It doesn't need to be hard. And just thank you, camera one's back. I like camera one's on me. Don't go to 2.
Yeah, no. 2 is a wide shot. I'm part of that wide shot. We need just a single there of JD.
It's just those floater shots to give a chance to have them go in when you kind of screen your goalie. Don't allow that. Let them see it and just box out.
Czechia shocks Finland there. Come from behind win to medal and back-to-back years for the first time. 2000, 2001. Congrats to the Czechs when we come back. Yes, it's Team USA versus Sweden second period and coming up next.
Trey, check this out. With On Deck, we can get a small business going fast and start hiring more help right away. Or loan tenants.
There's a better way to get a fast small business loan. On Deck, the online lender that makes it easy to choose your loan and if approved, get funds as soon as the same day. Your loan is on deck.
How long have you been tracking the value of that car? Should we sell it?
Oh, our low mileage is paying off. You think we should?
Already sold the car bomb. Go to Car Bomb and track your car's value today.
When you automate sales tax with Avalera, you don't have to worry about things like changing tax rates. Returns.
Havelid.
I don't love sludge. The also was designed to perform like a winter would, yet still having a sweet scarcity vibe. I do think that it could change the way people view winter.
With all this artificial intelligence stuff, it's hard to tell what's real and what's fake these days. Is this hockey AI or hockey IQ? Another deep fake? Just an unbelievable deep fake.
For those that do join in on the YouTube side of the stream, we are in the first period intermission. I have put the goal score in there for the United States and a little bit of the notes as well to be able to follow along in the comments section. Be able to get you caught up. We've gone through NHL upcoming games, NBA, outline NFL, went through the intermission and the notes for our featured game for the United States and Sweden, but the United States have the lead. Gabe Perreault with the goal from a Will Smith sap pass near the left side boards.
On Coursera, you can earn Google's IT support professional certificate. No prior experience needed to enroll.
My job now is amazing.
Join for free at Coursera.org.
All the stars, all the skills, and all the sides.
You must form especially for a golf pro.
NHL Network is all in for All-Star Weekend. Live from Toronto, only on NHL Network. The best women's hockey players in the world are coming to the U.S.
Looks like we're only maybe a couple minutes from puck drop here as the coverage has started to return on NHL Network. With John out here with you on the call, I'm going to take you through it. HopelessSportsGuide.wordpress.com will be where the story will be as always. I'm watching alongside EJ Raddick and Dave Starman. And let's take you through it. We got 40 minutes left. The United States have a 1-0 lead.
8-1 for the Swedes in the offensive zones. The Swedes had the edge of shots. A lot of it had to do with how much possession time they got.
So we're coming back into the Twitter/X space at John Reinhardt. Same thing on the YouTube side. Hope you guys enjoy. We got 40 minutes left to go here. We're going to head for the second period. Gabe Perreault with the lone goal for the United States, assisted by Will Smith and Rutger McGroarty. Good slap pass for Will Smith, able to get them one going. McGroarty meets everybody near the left side post and be able to get the job done. As they're doing a salute and near the second side, not even just for the puck drop. Something must have been going on in Gothenburg, but here we are as this one is flipped back down the ice for the Red Wings prospect Trey Augustine on Michigan State here locally. That's where I'm doing the broadcast side of it, Michigan, as this one's flipped in. Here you go, Havelid. We'll watch this one bounce near the left side as this goes in between a couple of defensemen and now recollected in their own end for Sweden. They're going to be taking this one left to right in the second period. They're in the all-yellow jerseys with the blue pants. The United States in the all-blue with the red and white striping per usual. For the Stars and Stripes, they'll be going right to left as it is Nazar off of his forehand, and this one will go around to the left side inboards. Picked up now for what Axel Sandin Pelika. Again, another Red Wings product as Ryan Chesley will chop this one out of the way and flip down across the red line. So Hugo Havelid goes out of his goal crease, goes ahead and plays it. 10-7 is still the shots on goals. We're just underway in the second period. United States out in front by a goal. Again, a much better start from the first game against Finland when they had to come back. Here's a cross pass that's bounced up the right side of the wall across the slot. And now the United States near the right side. And this is a good deflection here for the Swedish defense. This will be bounced around still near the left side of the dot. Try to set it out in front again, but it's two Swedish players right there. They're able to break it out. There's just an opportunity for Philip Beestead. The second line is a drop pass right near the left dot and intercepted by the Americans. Off the rush, here's Howard, Nazar, and this one goes wide. Isaac Howard can't get to it now as it's near the left side red line. And now the United States will see the puck fall back in their own end. This will kind of negate any sort of hybrid icing, as this is an opportunity for Sweden to go ahead and get it with Otto Stenberg. He was the first near the left side wall. Nazar trying to come back and provide support for his defense, but you always love to see as this is sent back around. Here for Edstrom. Hold, keep this alive off his backhand. Felix gets through the right side of the crease, and the shot gets blocked. Now the United States are heading in their own end. Felix has it now. Throws it back out to his defense. It's a matriculate. Here's a long wrister, and it bleeds through Augustine and goes in, and Sweden has tied it. Elongated puck possession worked out beautifully, and that's the start that they wanted in the second period. We'll see who ends up getting this goal for Sweden on that side. Otto Stenberg, it's the goal. So Stenberg, Enstrom, and Ungersorum, as Dave Starman have thrown out, they'll just move it D to D, and the shot might have got deflected out in front. Let me see. So Havelid lets it fly. It gets tipped. So Havelid lets it fly, and Stenberg gets a stick on it. It goes through Augustine's 5-hole. It's a third straight 5-hole goal in the last 2 games, and Sweden has now tied it at a goal apiece. That was a great shift for Sweden, able to grind their way through it. Long wrist shot off the face-off win. The United States sees this one canceled off by Hugo Havelid. So the deflection from the first shot on that side for Matthias Havelid for Otto Stenberg. His 5th of the tournament from Havelid and Pettersson. As this is near the left side, Gabe Perreault, BC lines back out there as this is knocked away. United States now trying to get this near the left side. A lot of pushing and shoving. One of the United States players is down. As this Ryan Leonard falling down, making a play, gets it back to his defense. And this is sent in. 17:05 up to go in the second. Again, Sweden with another good start to the period, just like it did in the first. This time it actually pays off. And now this could be a break, but the United States will get on their horse. Turn this one back around. Seamus Casey. Well, for Fortescue, might be Buium as well. Buium, third lines out there right now. They've mixed up the lines for Buium and Seamus Casey. This is through traffic. This goes wide. Now, Sweden, kind of like hyenas on raw hamburger meat, like to throw that out there. And then I'll love this puck. Here is near the right side wall. As this is Moore. Oliver Moore trying to make this play, and behind the cage now, United States, they've just conceded one, but it is tied. Well, this one D to D, low to high. Chesley, Hutson, turnaround shot gets blocked in the middle of the circles. And Sweden able to go ahead and find this. Take this left to right. 16:15 left to go in the second. Sweden will pivot. Axel Sandin Pellica will make a long outstretched pass from 80. This will go down the ice. United States have it now with Lane Hutson. Still trying to be patient. I'll leave it here for Chesley. Chesley now will go ahead and bank this near the right side, and the United States will work this all the way around the end boards. We'll be getting an inadvertent whistle, maybe an offsides. 15:55 left to go in the second. Shots on goal are now 12-8, but Sweden gets it where it matters. They're showing this in behind the cage. Matthias Havelid lets it fly. It was tipped on that end for Otto Stenberg. He gets his 5th of the tournament, ties it up, one apiece. Again, one of these teams is going to have to settle for silver, and Sweden and the United States both don't want to have that happen. So I imagine this game is going to continue to be tight. We'll see if the United States can break out, but I really don't think that's going to happen here. This is going to be a tight, maybe 1-2 goal game at best, as this is near the right side. A little bit offsides, it seemed like, but Sweden able to find it, as this is near the right side boards, near the referee, so the United States got to make sure they don't trip anybody. Able to gain the entry now. Here's another shot. This one gets deflected. And wow, Sweden was right there on the doorstep, but somehow it didn't go past Augustine. Here's a long outstretched pass across the red line. Rutger McGroarty trying to go ahead and locate it. This is settled back down for Tom Linder. Theo Lindstein has it now. Lindstein able to get it up to the forwards as Sweden gets the entry near the left side dot off the backhand, working behind the cage now, continuing to try to drive this puck as much as they can. Felix Ungersorum, the line that scored, back out there. Havelid lets his shot go from the blue line side, and this one is spun back around. Here's a chance in front, and this one is saved by Augustine as the United States still trying to get it out. And this will deflect out of the high stick, and it'll be a face-off. Sweden had a chance to score right there again. This third line of Felix Ungerstorm, David Enstrom, and Otto Stenberg came that close near the right side of the post. Just missed it. Jimmy Snuggerud maybe had a goal-saving block over the last part of the replays that they're kind of showcasing. And another opportunity there for Ungerstorm as that one went high. So defensive zone face-off win. United States near the right side wall. They'll spin this one in behind the office. Hugo Havelid. Now near the left side, Gavin Brindley trying to give chase. Is 14:25 left to go in the second. Sweden has just tied the game at 1 if you're just joining us. Off the sauce pass. The United States recollect in their own end. It's an opportunity. Buium still waiting for some time. The defenseman able to pinch in as this goes near the left side red line. Back around the boards now, but Sweden will find it. Try to take this one left to right. It's flubbed. Nazar can't hold the blue line. Howard jumps off sides. Just barely. He was able to keep that in. I think United States might have had a chance at goal. A good chance to get a couple shots at least. 14:02 left to go in the second. John, here with you on the call. We're watching this one on NHL Network. Some of you might be watching this on TSN and the Canadian side, but other than that, that's pretty much where you can get it. It's not available really anywhere else. As we got 13:55 left to go in the second off the defensive zone face-off win for Sweden. They'll get this in near the left side boards. Here's a shot from distance and held by Augustine. We'll get our ice break. 13:51 left to go in the second. Just trying to get any of this stuff to rebuffer if possible.
We were loading our SUV when
But if not, no big deal. 1-1 as we go to break. We are almost midway through the second period. Sweden has just tied it. Otto Stenberg gets his 5th of the tournament.
Because my smart bed helps me boost the company by adjusting to any move I'm in. That's why 80% of NFL players choose the Smith number smart bed.
You work hard. You deserve a mobile bank that will go to work for you. With up to $200 in overdraft protection and early payments, GoToBank, the mobile bank that works for you. Open an account at gotobank.com.
Hockey fans, get the very latest in TUSA and USA Hockey apparel at shopUSAHockey.com. There's something for all ages. Jerseys, hoodies, t-shirts, novelties, and more. Don't delay. Head to shopUSAHockey.com now.
We'll go ahead and get the time of the goal when we get another stoppage for Sweden. So back underneath the action here, 13:45 left to go in the second. A chance off of the Sweden faceoff win centered out in front of the goal now. And the United States able to get this one. This is near the right side wall. There's a long shot. This one's held for Hugo Havelid. 13:34 left to go in the second. So you got Matthias Havelid back on defense. You got Hugo Havelid in goal. I think you have another Havelid forward on that side as well. So keeping track of all of those on that side. Again, Milker Thielen, I got a chance to watch him in the 5-0 winning goal over Germany. But Hugo's going to be the main guy in net. As you're looking at Henrik Lundqvist, one of the best goaltenders of all time. Again, a Swedish legend. As this is an offensive zone drop. This is in across the red line now. This will be dropped for Hugo Havelid. He'll go ahead and play to his defense. 13:15 left to go in the second. John out here with you on the call, watching this one on NHL Network. Alongside EJ Raddick and Dave Starman, I'll be your play-by-play man for this. As this is near the left side, Beestead with a backhand. Augustine is down. Everybody in front of him right now. And the United States, they might get a partial break. Forehand. And this shot goes wide. In behind the cage. They couldn't locate it a minute. As this is picked up, though, for Sweden, Ryan Leonard, BC line back out there right now. Might have been Gabe Perreault off the long outstretch. Here's another opportunity right down the middle from 60. The United States got to be the first to get to this puck, but Sweden's got it. Not only has Sweden evened the score line, but they've kind of started to even the shot board as well. It's now 12-11. United States only up by 1 on the shot board, but the score line is tied at uno with 12:20 left to go in the second. This is recollected here near the left side and now dispossessed. United States will pick this back up. Here's a pass in from 60 as this gets in the offensive end, and this is wrapped around the end boards here. This will be sent back around. United States near the right side. Take a shot near the left dot, trying to go over the blocker of Hugo Havelid. This will go all the way down the ice for Lane Hutson. Hutson will settle it down. 11:50 left to go in this second. Is United States gaining entry near the left side boards. Rutger McGroarty going ahead and giving chase. Sweden go ahead and pick this one back up. Stenberg line back on the ice again. He's got the tying goal off the deflection from the Matthias Havelid shot from the blue line. As this is long flip. Settled down here for Sweden. They'll go ahead and start this one again for Elias Salomonson. They'll look at the breakout. Here's a pass that goes in between the circles, but it goes wanting near the right side dot. And now the United States will get puck possession. We'll get this one across the red. They'll escape this entry in. Jimmy Snuggerud. Snuggerud with the sauce. Rutger McGroarty. This is bouncing up in the air. Recollected by Salomonson. Salomonson will take this away from his goaltender and look to start it again for Axel Sandin Pellikka. It's a 100-foot pass. And Felix Understorm will dump this in again. No problem for Magnus Havelid as far as what he wants to do. He loves that third line right now. The third line's against the first, although they're on the edge of their shift. Rutger McGroarty going to go ahead and take his change as Sweden finds the entry. And behind the net now, the U.S. defense with Drew Fortescue breaking it out. Hayes breakaway. He scores! A 2-1 lead for the United States. That is how you answer off the counter. Isaac Howard off the break opportunity. And we'll see who laid that pass out. Isaac Howard, the hero in the 7th round, worked his way to the backhand from a long outstretched pass that started in the United States end. He collected it near the left side wall, forehand, backhand, through the 5-hole of Hugo Havelid. And Isaac Howard, the one who played hero against Czechia in the 3rd game of the preliminary rounds, gives the Stars and Stripes the lead again. What a breakout pass that was. When I can give the credit to it when it goes across the board, that is your primary, and the primary assist for real is what sprung Isaac Howard. 10-20 left to go in the second. United States take the lead back as this is put around the end boards. Now near the right side dot. Pass gets deflected. Isaac Howard with his 6th of the tournament. He has been legit. 9:24 from Fortescue. So Fortescue takes the first penalty. He gets the primary assist for the go-ahead goal right now. Halfway marker through regulation. We're down to the final 30 minutes of this game. 9:50 left to go in this second. So Fortescue with one of the best passes I've ever seen. And that was a great route for Howard near the left side wall, beat everybody to it. Here's a wrister. It was not swallowed up by Augustine, but the rebound will get picked up. United States get it to the neutral zone. Now near the left side, here's a rush off the backhand, and Hugo Havelid will not mess around with this one. 9:31 left to go in the second. We'll take an ice break. Isaac Howard with a ridiculous pass from Fortescue scores up the backhand against Hugo Havelid. They go to break.
That's where I left my N+. The N+ was vitamin C than a real clementine. New Hip Plus, true fruit flavor, plus a boost of vitamins. Did he just call vitamins vitamins? For a limited time, new customers get over 45% off at drinkHip.com. That's 36 bottles of immunity boosting Hip Plus for just $36. Only $1 per bottle. Hip Plus, true fruit flavor, plus a boost of vitamins.
And here's what the goal leaders for Team USA. You can see Gavin, Brindley, and Isaac Howard, 6 apiece. Howard scoring to give the U.S. a 2-1 lead.
So goal leaders for Team USA: Gavin Brindley 6, Howard 6, Snuggerud 5, Rutger McGroarty 4, and Will Smith 4. Excellent balanced scoring for the Americans. Isaac Howard with his 6th. Again, he played hero in the 7th round of the shootout, the 3rd game against Czechia. Able to give the United States the lead in the gold medal game. We got 9:20 left to go in this middle frame. United States now up 2-1 as this is sent back around the inboards. Rinzel and his own man trying to get around a check as this is a long pass for Perreault, but this is knocked down by Sweden and near the left side wall. Off the clearing attempt that's failed, Sweden's got the puck possession. Here's a shot. And this is fired wide. They were aiming for the top right of the bar. Sent back around Augustine's net. The Michigan State product has been excellent for the United States in this tournament. He's now given a 1-goal lead again on this side, but we know how good Sweden can be. And off the left side, off the half spin, Buium try to get to it now, as this will be still near the left side wall. Sweden has an elongated puck possession again. Last time they did so, they scored. Wahlberg now. Buium. Try to get around Wahlberg as this is near the left side backhand. Good stop for Trey as he hits this one with the left side of the stick. Jonathan Lekkerimaki was the one that tried to finish it off. 8:15 left to go in this second. Leonard trying to make a play. United States finally touched this puck in their own end. Good pinball. We'll get this one out of the zone. They're really gassed. They're going to have to go ahead and take a change. Lekkerimaki going to stay out there. There's a shot. Gets deflected and behind the net. Sweden the first to get to it again. I'm loving their work and behind the cage right now and measured things for Sweden really on their breakouts and puck position, trying to hem in the United States and tire them out. Cutter Gauthier off the spin back. It's Rutger McGroarty now. We'll send this back to his defense. This will be the second line. As of now, Rutger McGroarty has this. This is stuck in along the wall. Turnaround shot. This one will get bounced and go wide. As United States will intercept this one across the red line. Now this might go right back to Sweden. In the entry near the right side wall. There's a great cut. And I don't even know how that missed on that side. A ridiculous move for Felix Sorum. As they have this now. Near the right side, Matthias Havelid will send this one across, looking for the other defense. Here's another stretch pass opportunity for Rutger McGroarty. Rutger McGroarty has to go ahead and go back. And the United States will flip this one in. 6:55 left to go in the second. The shot board is dead even. But the United States, with Howard with his 7th, has given the United States the lead off the backhand forehand. Stopped by Augustine near the left side blue line. And the United States will have it. Go ahead and get this one for Gavin Finley near the left side wall. Trying to race in with speed. The United States will collect. Finley will get it for Moore. Off the drop. Half spin. It's Hutson gets knocked down. Moore will try to go ahead and locate. This is just held in at the blue line. United States work it as they have near the right side. Dot a centering pass. This one goes wide near the left side of the red line off the shot attempt. Settled down for the United States near the left side boards. Now the United States are getting their fork check. Zebra's got to get out of the way as the United States are still trying to matriculate this thing on the right side red line. Axel Sandin Pellica trying to pin Howard to the boards, who just scored the latest goal. 6 minutes left to go in the second. United States up 2-1. Sweden now has the advantage with shots on goal 15-14. Again, no penalties called officially. There would have been one against Sweden on that side, but United States scored on a 6-on-5 with the extra man as Sweden never got a chance to touch the puck. And then they're showing Ostlund, man. He just undressed Fortescue on that side. So Ostlund has been able to make some excellent moves on that side as far as skating all over the place, kind of doing windmills, just doing a little bit of the L1s, LBs, depending on your controller side, and making the moves. As this is Fortescue turn and shot. Big rebound for Hugo Havelid. Bounces up to the left side. Dot still contested as Sweden has it behind the net. Axel Sandin Pellikka dispossessed. Near the right side, dot scores! It bleeds in past Havelid into the traffic in the United States. Take a 2-goal lead. I don't know what that hit, but the United States for work and Axel Sandin Pellikka was under duress. Isaac Howard might have another one. He is playing hero as Havelid is bounced up in the air. It got gloved down momentarily. Axel Sandin Pellikka gets stick lifted. Howard, as this gets passed back to him, turnaround shot. His turnaround shot near a severe angle near the left side red line goes in off the left pad. Ooh, it goes in off the left pad of Hugo Havelid and in the net. That's a bad bounce. That stinks for the goaltender, no doubt about it. Isaac Howard, the Americans, are absolutely feeling good about themselves after that one. But that is a hard-working shift. So Howard gets his second of the period. He could fight for a natural hat trick. When are we going to get the response for Sweden and Magnus Havelid's squad? Swedish fans are feeling it a little bit here. Again, there's a guaranteed silver for both of these teams, but you want gold. United States, they're nowhere near away from the hot seat at this point. They're up by a couple. Isaac Howard's got a couple in this period. Sweden is an excellent team as this one's fired up high. 5:23 left to go in the second. We'll take another break. Howard with his second. USA up 3-1.
Barry, check this out. With On Deck, we can get a small business home fast and start hiring more help right away. Or loan cash.
There's a better way to get a fast small business loan. On Deck, the online lender that makes it easy to choose your loan and if approved, get funds as soon as the same day. Your loan is on Deck.
Plate number, no accidents, right? Generally, all for Carle. I can pick it up tomorrow.
That's an amazing offer.
Sell your car the easy way with Carle.
Cancel Cavalera, we can calculate sales tax automatically. Cavalera.
What tax rates should you use? Filing sales tax returns, business license guidance, cross-border stamp item classification.
EJ, you talked earlier in the tournament how much you like Ike. There's a lot to like, and I love to read here. So that he went up north, got the stick of the defenseman out of the way, had the goalie leading with the stick out a little bit too, and then just drifted toward the front of the net. And as we've all learned in championship games, no shot is bad. And the Swedes have had 2 great eights that missed the net completely in the last 5 minutes.
So checking back underneath the action here, 5:10 left to go in the second. Isaac Howard with a pair of goals here in the second period. It's now a 3-1 lead for the United States. A turnaround shot after dispossess of Axel Sandin Pellikka behind the net. He just turns and fires along the red line side. Goes in off the left leg of Hugo Havelid, bounces into the net. Sweden now down a couple goals. They need an answer, as this is near the left side boards. Recollected, worked them behind the net now. United States will have it. They want to go right to left for the rest of this period. Oliver Moore able to chip and chase here. Good dispossess. This is stolen in the high slot. Turnaround shot on this one. Deflected. This is in behind the net now. Hutson trying to jump in and join the party. When Hutson able to keep the puck, as this is a host of Swedish defense, able to dispossess the Americans 4-on-1 essentially. It took all of them to do it. Off of a forehand near the right side wall, spinning and still keeping the puck is Liam Ogren, assistant captaincy. This goes around the inboards now for the United States. They'll get a chance to recollect. Good reverse hit, took out one of the Swedish players. Rutger McGroarty, first line. Jimmy Snuggerud now. David Carle putting Snuggerud back on the top line consistently in this game for the St. Louis Blues product. That's where he's had his home to start. As this is an opportunity now. Seamus Casey finds an entry, trying to go all the way down the ice. He gets absolutely blown up and behind the net. Sweden now. Salomonson makes the passes. They'll find the entry off the forehand near the right side dot. There was traffic in front. One of the Swedish players gets knocked down. It might have been Salomonson. As Buium we'll put this one. This game's getting very physical now since Howard got the second goal. 3:20 left to go in this middle frame. The United States up by a pair. Able to find the entry near the left side of the face-off dot and settled back down for the Swedish defense. Fired in. United States will go ahead and recollect off the long flip. This bounces in between a couple players, and now this will be Salomonson. So Axel sending Pohlkamp back out there. I guess they mixed it. They got Willander and Salomonson. Now near the left side, backhand, and that was a great stop for Hugo Havelid. Ryan Leonard is getting absolutely destroyed off the hold, and this game's getting a little silly here as far as what's being called and what's not being called. I mentioned that a little bit in the open. Oh, man, what a hit. Felix Unger-Sorov got pasted by Rutger McGroarty. That was a freight train coming down the ice, and he got him clean. He kept his head up trying to go ahead and shoot this puck. He didn't see his blind side. He got roasted by McGroarty. 2:53 left to go in the second. The Zebras are conferring. They want to see what the case is going to be. Maybe for an illegal check to the head. I would hope not. That seems like that was a clean hit. Now we get a little extracurricular with Ryan Chesley in behind the play against one of the Swedish players. Sweden's really trying to take the physical battle to the Americans. And we'll see if this happens, if this works out well for them. I don't think it will on that side. So Rutger McGroarty, they're showing this again. A beautiful hit against Felix Unger-Sorov. I mean, he lit him up like a Christmas tree. And then a big smile on his face on that side after it. It drew the ire for Sweden. And let's see, Magnus Havelid is talking with the referees right now. He said that's BS on that side as far as no calls. That's just a heavy, heavy, heavy hit for the University of Michigan product, Rutger McGroarty. Swedish fans are delivering a cascade of boos, but they're keeping it pretty tight to the vest. You got to keep your head up. I know he was shooting the puck, no other place for Felix Unger-Sorov to go, but man, he got hit on a clean one there. I'll redo the draw. 2:51 left to go in the second. And since we redo the draw, we might as well get some more boos. That's the way that it's working right now for the Swedish fans. They are none too pleased being down a couple of goals here. Shots on goal are 16-15 in favor of the United States. They lead 2-2. A couple of Isaac Howard goals. It's a bad turnover off of the offensive zone draw win. And now Sweden tries to go ahead and recollect again, but the United States have us near the right side wall, and they'll go ahead and pick it up one more time as this will be sent back around. Isaac Howard will get this to his defense, man. He's been feeling good right now. Howard has it. He could get a natural hat trick if he wants. Here's a shot, and Rinzel gets denied by Hugo Havelid. That was a save that he had to have there. He looked good. It was near the left side dot. Rinzel was all alone. He could have picked and choose any corner that he wanted. It was a good stop nonetheless. So Walburn. Oh, a follow through off a clearing attempt. Hit Sweden right in the shoulders. And Sweden is really getting upset as Wahlberg gets hit up high and no call. So I was wondering this a little bit yesterday when we were thinking about Finland in the United States about how many high sticks were let go. And now everything is being let go against the host country here, and they're not very happy about it. Beestead with a shot. This gets blocked by the United States. Again, we'll have to say this the same way. It's not fair, but you're going to go ahead and have to just fight through the adversity on both sides. Cancel right out in front of him. Wiped out one of the United States players. And this is sent down off the rush. Hybrid icing won by the United States and Nelson. Again, the Swedish fans don't like that. They wanted an icing call. This is going to get real testy here, I imagine. 1:45 left to go in the second. We just need to go to the intermission and let these fans settle down. Rutger McGroarty. Here's a pass. This gets blocked near the right side dot. A bouncing puck will be recollected. Cutter Gauthier trying to get to it now as McGroarty pinched. And this will be a long pass. Near the left side red line, Sandy Pohlkamp will chip it in. Take his change. The United States have a 2-goal lead. Again, very important that they keep that into the dressing room here. You don't want to put this back down to one considering how good you played. McGroarty. He tried to dance around 4 Swedish defenders. They'll pick it up now. Near the left side wall, good hit for the United States. Will cancel out the puck possession immediately. Fortescue took the opening penalty. He got the latest point off the long pass that freed up Isaac Howard. He gets hit after making the clear, and this will be Unger Sorum now near the left side wall. He gets dispossessed off the lift, and I think the United States will finally get called for a penalty. They're not going to like it, but I feel like it's the right thing because there was a few missed calls that went against Sweden that they should have already had a power play. They'll finally get one now late in the period. 54 seconds left to go in the second. This is very critical for the United States. They want to be able to make sure there's a tripping call is thrown in there. Seamus Casey's going to take it. Wahlberg is the one that gets tripped. But this is a penalty. And again, it's got to be called. I think the IIHF fans missed a couple of those. Snuggerud again got a stick up high on board. There's been a lot of those, probably 4 of them that could have went against the United States, maybe in comparison to 2 of them for Sweden. It's just a glorious opportunity at the end of the second period for the Swedish players to get within a goal. Seamus Casey, the U of M product, goes in the box. 1:50 left to go in Sweden's power play. It's their second opportunity. They had 3 shots. They looked pretty good in the first. We'll see what they can do here. Good dispossessed by the Americans. A short-handed chance. We'll see what they do with it. Cross pass goes to nobody. Out the backhand. 25 seconds left to go in the second period. And 1:30 left to go in the power play. Here's a touch. They didn't shoot the middle of the slot for some reason. And they'll continue to move this one around the end boards. Havelid now. Axel Sandin Pelika has it now. He's the power play specialist. Sandin Pelika fires it on. And this one gets blocked. Ostlund with the puck retrieval. Sandin sends it across. Scores! 5 seconds left to go in the second period. Sweden gets their power play. They score. It'll be a 1-goal game heading into the third period. We knew that was going to be gigantic. Sweden gets what they needed. Quite frankly, they should have had a power play before that. Wahlberg provided the screen. Standard retrieval, puck possession, 1T. The partial screen, let's see if it bounces off anybody. This just blows right by Augustine. I think that might be Wallinder or Jonathan Lekkerimaki, number 23. I don't know if it's 23 or 24. Lekkerimaki, I think, gets the power play goal. It's a standard routine affair there for Sweden. They got the puck retrieval, moved it around, had a screen out in front. Lekkerimaki gets his 7th, and Sweden only down 1 as we head to the third period. Let's see what happens. Again, that's a gigantic power play. Sweden converts on it. Lekkerimaki gets his 7th. And after 2, the United States has the lead. It's 3-2.
A 1-goal game going into the final frame of the gold medal game between the United States and Sweden. Lauren Gardner, Jason Weir's here inside of the NHL Network studios. Woo, it's right. You're fired up.
Can you feel the tension?
I can feel it. It's really chippy there in the second half of the
Chippy, that's some hockey right there. That's a way better second period. Unbelievable.
Yeah, it really was. Let's go ahead and show you the highlights from what unfolded here in that second period of play. Early on in this one, 17:50 remaining, a lot of action there in Team USA's end. Otto Sternberg there makes it 1-1 for the U.S.
Beautiful tip. You're a teammate. You got to get under that stick. Great shot. Great tip. That's an NHL style goal right there. Up to the point. They've been getting that forecheck goal in that period, the Swedes, and get rewarded there.
Trey Augustine tried to kick save there, and it ended up corralling into the net. Less than 10 minutes later, Isaac Howard drove by 2-1. Michigan State products making it look easy.
Mich State, look at those offensive instincts. Just getting behind the D, good rim out to break the pressure. Isaac Howard, have yourself a day, fella.
Yeah, you talk about, having quite a day there. It looked like that one was thoughtful. Later on in the game, JD, after that celebration, Isaac Howard was having himself a game. He's going to strike again, making it 3-1.
Just a working manship, great forecheck. And then sometimes just put the puck in the net. There's no bad shots in hockey, kids. No bad shots. They needed kind of a lucky bounce. We're talking about it. Havelid's been playing great for them. Just put her on that, kids, and you never know what can happen, especially in a big game like this. Off the skate and in.
You said there was going to be an ugly goal in this game.
Yep.
Oh! Yeah.
Oh, it looks like it's me. We got a little mic. Up to the point. Lekkerimaki from Sandine Pohlkamp. Are you shocked? I'm not shocked. Power play goal by the Swede. Beautiful. This is what they've been doing all tournament long. Just slides it over. You're D-man here, U.S. D-man. You got to take away the weak side. You can't let the far side shot go in. Just let everything short side. Let your goalie see it. Trey Augustine's been killing it for the U.S. But, you know, that's not a goal you want to give up with 5 seconds left.
No, it's not.
3-2, going into the third. Away, hostile environment. I like the US's chances right now.
You know when you nailed the bike going dead thing there in the middle of the highlight pack? So don't do too well because I might be out of job here.
I broke the panic button yesterday.
You didn't panic button.
I'm going to go ahead and give you the reset here in a moment. I'm just typing in these goals. There was a lot of them. There was 4 apiece. It is 3-2 after 2. The United States still out in front.
Ready to go. I know JD's round up, and I'm sure you are.
We showed up. Let's show up. 3, 2, 1. Get it time. Come on.
Plain chicken. Again? You homer? Listen, Suze. HelloFresh makes eating better exciting.
Smells good. Because it is good. How long were you in the fridge? A long time.
I'm Cole Caulfield, and I play college hockey. I'm Adam Fox, and I play college hockey.
I'm Gabe Gensel, and I play college hockey.
I'm Johnny McGroarty, and I play college hockey.
Whether you're a fan or a player, nothing compares to college hockey.
With all this artificial intelligence done, it's hard to tell what's real and what's fake these days. Is this hockey AI or hockey IQ? Another deep fake? It's an unbelievable deep fake. That's definitely predictable. Advanced robotics. Come on, you can tell. Generated. So, meta learning. That's a thing, right? Bots, I think. So are these guys still real? Yeah. Right. Yeah.
A logo can do more than identify your company. It can connect in meaningful ways, energize your team, and inspire your customers. We're Fort Imprint, and we know your logo on the right product can create moments that matter. With 30 years of experience and thousands of products to choose from, we guarantee your order will be right the first
Let's just go ahead and get the shots on goal, and then we'll give you the complete reset. It's a good one here. The United States still have a 3-2 lead, but the late power play goal from the Swedish players on that side for Jonathan Lekkerimaki, Axel Sandin-Pohlkamp, Noah Ostlund with the secondary assist makes it 3-2 instead of 3-1. That was with 5 seconds left.
So you get to Smart Asset to find them for you. Take a free quiz at smartasset.com. Then you will be matched with up to 3 vetted fiduciary financial advisors. To get started, take the Advisor Match quiz now at smartasset.com.
This is close. It's close. International hockey continues.
So really, this is going to be a game that's going to come down to the final 20 minutes, maybe even more. Again, the United States able to break out for a couple goals, but for Team Sweden, they did the same damn thing on that side. So the 1-0 lead for the U.S. after 1 continues to be a 1-goal lead. It's 3-2 after 2. Your shots on goal are 17-16 in favor of the United States. Sweden has the edge, 22-16 on the draws. Very physical period
How did you read that play to slip past the defense?
Yeah, it was a hell of a play by Ford just to run that puck up, keep that speed, and that's kind of was coming at a good angle, beat that guy, and slip a 5 on the breakaway.
A lot of you have been able to find
Very physical after the Howard second goal. Plenty, I'll just say this too for the story, plenty of plays missed by the IIHF referees. Could have had more power plays.
Before you line up for every period with Rutger McGroarty, you yell 2. He's number 2, you're 22. Can you just tell us a little bit about that tradition?
Yeah, we just started an exhibition game. We're going to carry it through. He's 2, I'm 22, so we start to yell and get a nice little fist bump.
And finally, what's important over the final 90 minutes?
Just,
We could have had a lot more power plays on both sides. Sweden finally gets one and finishes. Missed sticks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
John Rose, an intrepid journalist, getting to the bottom of the inside of the ocean and Team USA. But we love the field.
Missed high sticks.
Jason Harris keys to the third period.
Missed high sticks and heads to the head, not cold. I'll just throw that in there too, just so for the story, we'll have that one thrown out there. So let's get through all the goal resets because there's quite a bit of them on this side. So let's start in the second period. Otto Stenberg at the 2:13 marker. It gets deflected by Matthias Havelid. Great work in the corners and sustained puck possession for Sweden. Breakout from the own end as the United States respond after it was tied at 1. Fortescue makes an insane pass from his own end of the wall, and a 924 Howard forehand backhand scores on the breakaway 5-hole past Hugo Havelid. It's now 2-1. Howard again at the 14-19 marker. Good work in behind the cage. Dispossesses Axel St. Pellica behind the net with the stick lift. They get their chance from a severe angle near the right side. Red line turns and fires. It bounces off the left leg of Havelid, goes in the net. The United States takes a 3-1 lead. Again, as we said, some missed calls on both sides. It's been that way Thursday and Friday in this side for the semifinal and in the final. Late power play. Sweden gets one. They did deserve it. Late power play. Jonathan Lekkerimaki scores. 5 seconds left to go in the period. Standard retrieval and a shot from the point. It's ripped past Augustine in the net. It's now 3-2. Again, as we said, shots on goal 17-16. Face-offs 22-16. Very physical after the Howard second goal. Plenty of plays that were missed by the refs. Could have had more power plays on both sides. Sweden got one and finished. Missed high sticks and hits to the head, not cold. Those are all the notes I have resettled into that second period.
Find the best deals today. Find everything you want on Poshmark. Download the app to start shopping today.
Saturday. Sharks City forwards go head-to-head when Chris Kreider and the Rangers face Cole Caulfield and the NHL. Hockey Weekend begins Saturday, 7 Eastern on NHL Network.
Welcome back to the Anderson Report. 3-2, Team USA with the lead going into this final period of the gold medal game. You can see shots were 17-16 in favor of the U.S. while Sweden has capitalized on one of their 2 power play opportunities. Lauren Gardner, Jason Harris. Here's at the NHL Network Studios. JD, let's talk about that first goal in the second period for Team Sweden. You noticed something interesting.
Just a little point for kids at home. Anytime you're defending or boxing out net front, you're going to see this Fortescue. The shot from Havelid comes from the point. It's a great tip by the Swedish forward. But anytime you're a defenseman, do not go over top when you're boxing out. You always want to go underneath the stick and try to lift the stick to the ceiling because you give him the opportunity to get a blade on it. And especially when you got Trey Augustine playing the way he's playing, you want to let him see all these shots clear. You don't want him to get beat by a tip like this because he'll make that save all day. Just make sure not over the top, underneath. Fortescue's having a great tournament, great defenseman. He's got a long future in the NHL. But always underneath the stick. You never want to go over. You don't have enough power going over top. Your power is always underneath enough, and make sure you get them out of there. Let your goalies see the shot. That's what they're not getting paid to do it, but they will get paid to do it. Make the big bucks. So help them out.
Those are all your notes for anything in the comments section for those who joined late.
Ooh, yeah. I like the hitting. It got sparked a little bit. The Swedes have been playing physical, but I love how what a hit by McGroarty. I love the game he's having today. He's all over the pocket and beautiful hit here. If you want to come through the train tracks with your head down trying to toe drag, you gotta let him know. You're gonna get hit every now and again. So I love that finish. You know, there's nothing wrong with a little clean hit, shoulder on shoulder. Didn't have to be dirty, and I'm sure the boys on the bench loved that.
Oh, that is something that has to inject even more energy into that club. When you look at the final 20 minutes, what does it say for Team USA in this rematch? As for Team Sweden, what are the keys to this final frame?
I mean, USA is pretty simple. They've been all games. Bend, don't break. You got to clear out the front of the net. Let your goalie see it. Trey Augustine's been a killer all tournament. Let him see the puck. Don't shy away from the moment. Don't get nervous. You're up. You're leading. Do not change anything in your game. Keep playing that fast-paced offense and just defend and make sure you're not giving any chances, especially on the power play, to that top-ranked power play for the Swedes. And on the Swedish side, keep that forecheck going. When they're going, their forecheck's hot. They're creating turnovers. Pucks are getting low to high. They're getting bodies to the net. That's what they're going to continue to do. That's how you beat the U.S. And that's what most of the goals they've given up is those long, sustained offensive zone trips. So Swedes, that's what you got to do. U.S., don't shy away from the moment.
Yeah, and for the Swedes, you're right, capitalize on the momentum that they established with that power play goal late in the second period.
Use the fans.
Use the fans. Okay, so if your team is saying, how do you block out the fans? It's such a huge moment. Like you said, don't shy away from it. If you're the captain, if you're McGroarty of this team, what do you say? 10 seconds or less.
Trust your teammates. Trust them.
Trust your teammates. The third period, EJ Radicke starting on the call. Team USA looking for the gold medal in the final period of play. Enjoy.
Ah, that's where I left my Hit Plus. The Hit Plus was delicious and packed with vitamins. Hit Plus has more vitamin C than a real clementine.
All right. I am back. I'll be here with you for the rest of it. Again, hopelesssportsguy.wordpress.com. As far as the game story, per usual, this will be the final day of the WJCs. This is the gold medal game, and it's a one-goal game. The United States have a 3-2 lead, and it all comes down to the final 20 minutes of regulation, maybe even more. Who wants it more? That's all that left. That's all that's left in the final 20 minutes.
Tax rates change. Filing sales tax change. Business license values. Cross-border item costs.
So what have I liked? I've liked the forecheck from Sweden, especially on the power play side. Everything that they moved up the bumper, getting shots, getting goals, getting things clean. That's looked good all the time. They pressured the United States in their own end. The United States were able to capitalize on a couple breakouts. They're able to match physicality as well, and some of their shots have been dangerous. And this has been a well-played game. Officiating, I kind of think of that the same way I did on the Thursday side. I think there's going to be the whistle will get swallowed. We've seen that a lot. I don't expect that to change. For those that have joined in on the YouTube side, all the comments, notes from the first and second period have been typed in the box. That allows you to catch up on anything else we talked about. We've gone through the first and second periods. We got your goal reset. It's 3-2, United States. as we're going to get set to start the third period.
Hockey fans, the top American players eligible for this June's NHL draft will face off in the Chipotle All-American game on Monday, January the 15th at USA Hockey Arena in the Detroit suburb of Plymouth, Michigan. Opening face-off is at 4 o'clock. The tickets are on sale now by visiting USAHockeyArena.com or in person at the box office. Don't miss this unique chance to see the future stars of the NHL January the 15th at USA Hockey Arena in Plymouth. And if you can't get there, the game will be broadcast right here for you on the NHL Network, 4 o'clock on January the 15th. So, Dave, late goal by the Swedes, 1-goal game. From both perspectives, how do they go in period number 3?
I think if you're the U.S. and you're their coaching staff, you're telling your players, obviously, stick with what you got. Stick with what got you here. That is, use your speed, use your skill, use center ice, middle lane, carry with possession, and obviously rely on Trey Augustine, who's been great. If you're the Swedes, they got to get back to this kind of selfish shot mentality, which they've had for the last 4 games. I am proud they've left some great A's on the table. They've also had a couple of great A's where they just did it completely. So it's incumbent upon them to be a little bit more determined and direct with their shooting attempts.
We're going to get into this play-by-play in just a second.
I want to correct myself on one thing in the second period on the McGroarty hit. I alluded to the fact I thought it was an interference, and watching the replay back between periods, which you provided for me, I certainly see that the delivery to the net had just happened. So I blew that one. I just thought, the record, take the officials off the hook. So we play on.
So we check in, start of the third period, about 19:40 left to go in this third. The Americans are 20 minutes away from a gold medal. Sweden only down by a goal. It's 3-2 as they'll gain the entry now. Near the right side, Dot trying to spin around and keep puck possession on the high slot. Turn and shoot. This one will get deflected. So they mentioned with Dave Starman on that side, I think Sweden needs to be a little more aggressive on their shots. Don't pass up on some of these great A's. They missed a couple, but the great A's that you have on the doorstep, just go ahead and take them because you never know when you can beat Augustine. I can agree with them on that side. Backhand drive and a great clear by the United States near the right side post as it's still loose. This does not cross the goal line, says the referee. Turned over near the right side. This is what Sweden wanted to start this period. Oh, and the puck goes wide. This will be cleared back down. The United States catch a break off the long flip. This will be iced against Sweden. So they came that close. About 50 seconds of puck possession time. One of them went near the post. Here's a chance off the backhand, a centering pass. Fortescue was there to keep the net clean. As Elias Pettersson was trying to make a play there. Fortescue got a stick on that pass. And then Pettersson with a shot. This goes through Augustine's 5-hole and then cleared over the post. United States with a puck possession off the draw and immediately score off the one-timer. It's Buium. So, man, oh, man, Sweden came that close. 45 seconds of puck possession. They had a chance to tie the game, and then U.S. wins a draw. Snap back. It is just a pass across. 1T, boom, it's in the back of the net. That's a gut punch for Sweden. Absolutely. Even I feel bad on that side as an American fan. But Buium with the bomb. And now it's 4-2. I mean, how many times can you write that and say that it happens? That was almost a great shot block on the other side for Liam Olgren. They had puck possession. They had a near miss. It was a cross pass from Elias Pettersson that was saved by Fortescue. Sweden ices it. And then United States win the draw one time in the back of the net. Here's a pass. As this is picked up, that's a gigantic goal. And again, that answers the gigantic goal that Sweden had on the power play as they scored 5 seconds left. So this is really the same scoreline that it should have been. But instead of 3-1, it's 4-2. As this is Buium. Perreault gets a secondary assist. The United States have a 2-goal lead. And all of a sudden, the gold medal is a little bit more attainable. As Chesley puts it around the end board. Hutson couldn't find it. And now Sweden will find it. They'll move low to high. As the forwards will get it. Axel sending Pellica shot could save Augustine. The United States with backhand clear attempt. This one is not out. They'll get it away from the goalie, though. It's in the high slot. Now behind the cage. 17:40 left to go in this third. United States get one from Zeev Buium. Rutger McGroarty finishes his check. As he gets in the defensive side. United States have a 2-goal lead now. 17:30 left to go in the third. John here with you. I'm your play-by-play man for the rest of this game. We're watching it on NHL Network. As this is Ostlund, a little bit overskated. And same thing for the United States in the neutral zone. Now again, United States. Here's the pass. Rutger McGroarty near the right side wall. He'll be pinned. Rutger will get this one in the high slot. Sweden trying to break out. It's a 3-on-3 near the left side wall. Sweden will spin. Try to go ahead and get the puck possession now as this is near the left side. Picked up here for Sweden off the turnover and behind the cage now. We'll try to get this to the defense, but the U.S. are right there. It's Jimmy Snuggerud, long shot. This one will go wide near the left side of the red line. Recollected by the United States into the neutral zone, finishing a couple checks near the players' bench. Everybody will take their changes here. We're in Gothenburg, Sweden right now. Shots on goal are 19 aside. The United States have a 4-2 lead. They've gotten past Hugo Havelid several times. That last one for Buium was a big one. It gave the United States a 2-goal lead. 16:30 left to go in the third. Again, guaranteed silver for both of these teams no matter what. But whoever wins gets the gold. Czechia got the bronze. They absolutely decimated Finland today with a third period surge. And the one-timer for Buium was an absolute clapper right in off the draw, and it comes as a gut punch because you had about 50 seconds of puck possession. Sweden looked like they were going to score to tie the game, and then all of a sudden they ice it, and it turns into a 2-goal game from a Zeev Buium clapper right off the win. As this is picked back up now for Ryan Chesley. Chesley will get this down to his forwards. Good reverse hit. Will dispossess with the puck, but Sweden has to turn around and locate it for Elias Pettersson. So Buium as the latest, as this is Willander. His pass picked off. And now United States gain the entry here. Brindley short side chance. And this is a pad save here for Hugo Havelid. Brindley comes all the way back and gets his own puck as this is sent in now. Being opportunity Smith off the drop pass. BC line out there right now. San Jose Sharks pick Will Smith, number 4. We'll send this one up high. Pick this up by his defense, and Rinzel give back to Sam. Sam now take a shot, get deflected off the pad of Hugo Havelid. And now near the left side, this will be sent in now, Buium. As this goes in the blocker over the glass and on a play, 15:29 left to go in the third again. Zeev Buium with the latest goal makes it 4-2. The United States are getting closer here for a chance at gold. Sweden only down a pair. We will see how much of this continues and if the United States can add to their lead. Off of the face-off, we will do it again. That is a break for the United States. As Sweden had one clean. 20-19 is the shots on goal. Stars and Stripes out in front by a pair of goals. The latest one from Buium in the third period off the clapper. A lot of Swedish fans nervous looking on, but they brought the energy the whole way through off the tie-up. Are we going to do this draw for a third time? I think we might. So we're still trying to see what happens. United States have an offensive zone draw. It's Gabe Perreault against Ostlund for the third straight time. Sweden wins the draw and the defensive end. And this will be picked up one more time for Theo Lindstein. So Willander and Lindstein. Willander has it now. Off his forehand, trying to keep this alive and keep it away from the Americans. Ostlund will turn. Go ahead and leave this now for Lekkerimaki. Ostlund top line out there right now. Good backhand pivot. But this is recollected for the United States. Fired down. Not ice though, so Sweden has to recollect in their own end. And off the red line, Noah Ostlund still trying to dance with it. Gets dispossessed as the puck goes in between his legs. And Jonathan Lekkerimaki will send this back to his defensive side. This is sent in. The United States with Drew Fortescue got a primary assist on a nasty breakaway set up there for Isaac Howard as one of the United States players takes a tumble in the neutral zone. Sweden finds the entry off a 1-on-4. And Augustine will see the shot from Pettersson. Hold on. 14:30 left to go in this third. We get closer and closer as the minutes tick down, but a little bit of nervous energy from me so far. I don't want to declare anything at this point because this game is still wide open, but the United States have a 2-goal lead. Sweden continuing to provide the hand claps and the energy. Again, they're in Gothenburg, so they're right in front of the host now. They want to see the country win it. Silver medal looks good, but it doesn't look as good as gold. And I know that's how that is on that side. As this is picked back up now, Rutger McGroarty, and the reason I say that, again, the prelims, Sweden is one of the best teams in the world, but in the medal rounds, they kind of just fall flat. That's been the history of it right now. But this is a really good team. I feel like they can go ahead and turn that tide, at least get this to be another 1-goal game and leave everybody that's a United States fan forced to bite their nails. I think that's what we're going to have right now. I don't think that a scoreline that sits currently at 4-2 is going to move that much. I don't think the United States are going to completely break out from Sweden. This is probably what I expect as much of the scoreline to be, 2 goals. 14-10 left to go in this third. Full cell changes. Offensive zone draw coming here. So this will be an opportunity for the United States off the draw win as Ryan Leonard able to get it clean. And this is Nazar now. Nazar has it in the corner. Go ahead and turn one-timer. Good. Right pad. Stop. Another rebound opportunity as this one stays. So Havelid makes a fantastic save. As this is near the left side, David Enstrom will dump this one in. This is knocked down as one of the United States players. Looked like they were tripped, but that wasn't called. But again, what else is new over the Thursday-Friday side? Whether it's Finland, United States, Sweden, United States on that side, maybe even Czechia on that end. There's just nothing to be said about these penalty calls. The whistle's been swollen. Puck up to the face. Looked like one of the United States players went down inadvertently. No penalty there. Is slowed up right in front of the net of Trey Augustine, trying to make sure to keep it clean. And now on the shot block part of it is Buium, who got pretty much bit by a puck. And this is near the left side line. Still trying to go ahead and find it here is Sweden. Is Jonathan Lekkerimaki, first line out there now. We get an inadvertent whistle at 13:03, and for a hand pass. That's not going to make the Swedish fans happy. Hutson got cut in the face. I don't know if he got hit in the mouth by a puck or a stick. Hopefully they show when we come back. We get a nice break. Come right back.
With On Deck, you can get a small business going fast and start hiring more help right away. Or loan
There's a better way to get a fast small business loan. On Deck, the online lender that makes it easy to choose your loan and if approved, get funds as soon as the same day. Your loan is on deck.
Listen, Suze, HelloFresh makes eating better exciting with that.
Smells good, because it is good. How long were you in the fridge? A long time.
Why pay too much for cable TV when it costs less for Fubo TV? Get all the channels you want with all the entertainment you love at a price that cable can't beat. Try it free. FuboTV.com.
So when we left you, Glenn Hutson was bleeding, and he was cut to the stick, and then a double minor was called by the officials, and now they've gone to review it. You can see there is Glenn Hutson being treated by medical staff. And let's watch the play. I mean, that's pretty straightforward.
They had hard to miss that one.
And it's Ostlund, who's been a really good player for the Swedes today, but that's a stick. There's no question about it. And they drew blood. And that's a nasty one, too, because the where the stick hit him, it wasn't the blade. It was kind of the bottom of the shaft kind of came up and got him. Cut him pretty good. See David Carle is going to check it out.
So AJ Raddick said it right. I'm watching alongside him and Dave Starman on the NHL Network. We went to commercial break. They showed Lane Hutson got cut. What they're going to do is put some glue on the top of it. I know it doesn't feel good. Noah Ostlund is in the box right now for a high stick. They went and checked it during the ice break, and it looks like it's going to be a 4-minute power play for the Americans. I'm trying to see whether it would be a 2 or a 4. I do see blood, so it should be a 4, but maybe 2. Either way, the United States will go to the power play, and Ostlund is going to go to the box. Noah Ostlund has been one of the best players today for Sweden. So I'm going to look at this replay now behind the cage. Ooh, that caught him up high. No doubt about it as the puck was circled around. So I'm taking a look at Ostlund, number 12. He caught him right in the top of the lip. I'm sure that one didn't feel good on that side, especially when you put some glue on it. But catch up in the face, whacked him right in the mouth on that side. So we'll see. And a follow through and attempt to play the puck. The follow through might be only what gives the 2 and negate your 4 as long as the puck is being played. That's what I'm told. David Carle doesn't want to hear any of it on that side. I think for me, at least I want to see a penalty called on the board and then continue here because the United States, they've been playing well, and we'll see who this break kind of favors at this point. So what's the call going to be? Is it going to be 2 or 4? That's the question. So 4-minute double minor. So the United States are going to get 4 minutes of power play time. Again, if they score before 2 minutes have drawn, they'll get an extra power play out of it on that side. That's the way the double minor works. Again, if they score anywhere between the 159 left, it'll negate everything else. So double minor, and then the United States have an opportunity to get a couple power plays out of this for normal. And if they can get 1 out of this double minor, I think that's exactly what you want here. They already have a 2-goal lead. At least make sure at worst you don't concede anything. You see the glue all over the lip there of Wayne Hutson. It's on the top of the lip. Power play is 5th best in the tournament for the United States at 38.1%, 50% for Czechia, 45 for Sweden, 39 for Slovakia, 38.5 for Canada. So power play numbers in this tournament are absolutely ridiculous. But those are the numbers you might see within only 7 games. The United States are trying to go 7-0 in this tournament. Again, essentially it'll be 6-0-1 on that side because it'll be a win against the shootout side. So not all of them in regulation. A shootout win for Czechia, but nonetheless, they're going to try to make a perfect run in this tournament. That hasn't happened since Connor McDavid and Team Canada won gold several years ago. Again, Canada was going for back-to-back-to-back championships in this one. That's not going to happen as they were eliminated by Czechia. And now the United States and a double minor are going to go ahead and try to get 1 here and get a 3-goal lead. So let's see what happens. This goes down low. Here's a stretch pass. Another wrist shot. This one gets blocked as the United States will reset this thing near the left side. Howard will get this to his defensive side lane. Hutson now for Howard as he's continuing to be patient. Gavin Brindley now for Lane Hutson. Send this one. Lane still with it as they'll spin back. Howard and Hutson now will play catch. Isaac Howard, here's Lane. Near the left side blue line, stretch pass. This will be glove down for Cutter Gauthier. This is try to get flipped down by Sweden, with the United States still with it. Again, they should just leave this kind of like a skeet drill. Take their time and just move this puck around. Try to get this out in front. It bounces off a Swedish body who was down, and they keep it clean in front of Hugo Havelid. At least for me, in the grand scheme of things, with 12:06 left to go in the third in the double minor, as Noah Ostlund is in the box, use this 4 minutes of what's left of the 3:05 of the power play and keep this puck away from Sweden. Essentially, you can use this with a 2-goal lead to bleed the clock away and kill time. That's the way I'm looking at this right now. Gabe Perreault will get this near the right side. One-timer gets whistled wide. BC line is the second power play here, essentially. Will Smith will get this near the right side wall. Seamus Casey has it near the right side. That walks in, shoots. This one bounces out in front, and this is just knocked away from Ryan Leonard. Sweden finally gets this one down. 2:35 left to go in the U.S. power play. If they can get a goal in about 32 seconds here, they will get an extra power play. It'll carry over. If not, we'll still have the 2 minutes. Spun back around now. 2:20 left to go in the United States double minor, as this is Seamus Casey. Has it near the right side blue line. United States doing what they need to right now. They're just keeping this puck. Here's a chance for Smith off the slap pass, and a deflection attempt there for Ryan Leonard. This one will go wide. United States double minor down to 2:05, so they're not going to get anything on the first part of the power play. We'll see if they can get anything now. But the main important part of it is they've already killed 2 minutes, and Sweden's been able to defend this whole time. So here's Gabe Perreault. Off the entry of Brindley trying to make something happen. Sent back around the inboards, and now this is what you don't want. Sweden try to get puck possession, but the United States will settle. There's entry with speed off the wrist shot. This will go high behind the net. Brindley going to take a look, as this is an opportunity now for Cutter Gauthier. First line back out there. Settle it back for Lane Hutson. Here's Cutter. His pass picked up by the United States. Lane Hutson watching. This is in front of the net. This goes up the side of the cage. Gavin Brindley gets absolutely wasted near the left side boards. And this is picked up across the red line. U.S. double minor down to 1 minute 10 seconds on the power play. 4-2 still the score line. Pettersson clear this one down the ice. Sweden's going to get this puck. Beasthead has a shot there from Enstrom. And this one is held for Augustine. 10:06 left to go in this third. We're almost halfway through the third period now. A shorthanded save there for Trey Augustine. It was the first time that Sweden really got the puck in the zone. Again, they've had to kill 4 minutes of this. They're still in the midst of doing so right now, as we're almost halfway through this third. 1:02 left to go on the power play. Sweden will win it. They'll pull it back instead and clear this one down. I don't think they can afford to do that much longer, even on a long leaning kill. Seamus, Casey, Smith, and now Ryan Leonard. Leonard off the half spin is Gabe Perreault taking a look. Smith trying to leave it here for Perreault. It's Leonard. This one's cleared down the ice by Sweden. 35 seconds left to go on the U.S. power play. I don't think it's particularly important that they score here. They just want to make sure they don't concede on this 4-minute power play. Seamus, Casey, 25 seconds left to go in the man advantage for the Americans. Gabe Perreault, centering pass, 1T. This is a great block for Sweden. That could have been a golden goal for the United States. Well, Smith pick this one back up. 9:10 left to go in this third period. The United States power play is going to come up empty on a double minor. Noah Ostlund will help Sweden return to full strength. Leonard backhand. Pick up high slot. Havelid down trying to make the save. And now we'll get some pushing and shoving, and a stick got knocked out of the hand. One of the United States players goes down. Are we getting a penalty against the Americans? We'll get an ice break. 8:59. Hugo Havelid got knocked down after trying to make a save. We'll take an ice break and sort it out. 8:59 left to go in the third.
Hey, Utica. Come see the best players in the world at the Untied Training Center April 3rd through 14th. Don't miss your chance to see reigning world champion Team USA defend its gold medal against the best teams from around the world. Get your tickets by visiting EmpireStateTickets.com or by calling 315-790-9072. The 2024 Women's World Championship. You don't want to miss it.
Your logo can identify your company, inspire your customers, and energize your team. We're Fort Imprint, and we can help your logo create moments that matter. Explore thousands of promotional products at ForImprint.com. For Imprint, for certain.
Some big stops here, and important stops by the Swedish goaltender Havelid as he dived across for that one. It looked like Derek Jeter on that play. Gets across and holds on to it, then a little extra afterwards. But really nice job by Leonard. Leonard has just been a big bull this whole tournament. He's not been afraid to go into traffic. He's protected the puck really well, and he's created a ton with his size and his hands. He's had an excellent tournament.
8:59 remaining in the third. United States get an offensive zone draw. It looks like we'll have to do it again. So if you're just joining us, the United States did not score on a power play that was a double minor against Noah Ostlund for high sticking Lane Hutson. But most importantly, 4 minutes bled off the clock. It was less time for Sweden to be able to attack. So they'll pick it up now. Cutter Gauthier will put the puck in deep. As this gets knocked away from Elias Pettersson, the defenseman for the Vancouver Canucks, not the forward, so they'll have a couple of those very different players. As this is knocked loose. This will be an opportunity here for Anton Wahlberg to go ahead and get this one near the left side. There is something right in front of the referee. Are we going to get a tripping? And a late shot for Wahlberg off the cross check. Got to be very careful. That's right in front of the referee, right in front of the whistle. They warned him immediately. Jimmy Snuggerud, I think, might have been the one that got hit. Get out of any of the situations that could put you in trouble if you're Sweden. You put yourself back behind the 8 ball again, another penalty. That's just going to allow the United States to kill more time. And that's the last thing that they would want right now. Even one of the Team Canada fans have stuck around to be able to watch this final game. That's much respect on that side. Again, you're already in Gothenburg. Might as well watch and stay the whole tournament. I definitely would as part of the WJCs. They're saying the 2026 version of WJCs will be in the United States. I'd like to be able to see that, honestly. I'm going to try to go get tickets. As this is sent in now for Axel Sandin Pelika and Solomonson. We'll go ahead and get this one now. This is near the right side. Good forecheck for United States. Isaac Howard gets moved up the puck. He's got a couple goals in that second period that were pretty magical. Now near the left side, Ogren. Captaincy sets up the 1T, and this one is a shot block down in front of Trey Augustine. United States, 7:50 left to go in this third, as this is recollected here. We'll take a look one more time for Hugo Havelid, as he was standing up near the right side post. Sweden needs to find some puck entries. They need to do it quickly. 7:35 left to go in the third. They're down by a couple goals. The United States don't need to do much here as far as just keeping everything else clean in front of Augustine. Another goal would be devastating against Sweden right now at this point, and they would have to settle for silver. As this is thrown toward the net for Seamus Casey, and the wall was formed. Noah Ostlund should be fresh after that double minor, as he's got this near the left side, has to get double teamed off a hit. This will be with the United States now. They will finish a couple checks and put this near the left side red line. So Ogren have this one go back to the defensive side. They'll look to start again for Theo Lindstein. Fire this around the end boards. 6:55 left to go in the third. United States racing down the left wing side, trying to be 3 players of the puck. And this will be recollected for Sweden, right to left. Felix Ungersoren, the third line, was excellent to begin the game. He'll funnel it at the net. He'll probably get his own rebound. Stutter step across the blue line, can't hold. So Felix got to go back. That's mixed in there with David Enstrom and Otto Stenberg. Stenberg got a deflection goal that tied the game at one point, but now it's 4-2. Sent in around. Sweden has to go ahead and start again for Elias Pettersson and Matthias Havelid, the top line for Sweden's defense. 6:15 left to go in this third, as this is near the right side duck. U.S. will get this back to D. It's Chesley. Put this around the end boards here. United States try to keep this in the offensive zone. Here's a good breakout opportunity for Sweden. Right down the middle of the slot. Turn and shoot. This one is deflected off a stick. 5:50 left to go in the third. As the clock continues to bleed down, the United States have a 2-goal advantage. Trying to keep it clean here for Trey Augustine, who's been excellent in this tournament. Again, he's kept his team in the game. Even when it was 2-0 Finland in the first period of yesterday's game, it could have easily been 4 or 5, but Augustine stood tall. Again, he's been the better goalie. Jacob Fowler's had 3 starts, but it's been Augustine off the back-to-back around a .925 save percentage coming into Thursday. 5:20 left to go in this third. Standing Pelika shot. Augustine looks behind him, but he finds it near the left post and steers it out. Axel Sandin Pelika. He goes that gets his stick. They shot a camera shot of that. A pair of number 4s. Sandin Pelika. And on that side for Gavin Brindley. Stolen. Picked up by Nazar. Shot goes wide. He was looking for the right side post. 4:55 left to go in the third. Under 5 minutes for a gold medal for the United States. Near the left side blue line now. Pick this up off the backhand. We'll see what happens now. For the rest of it, it's Felix Ungersoren near the third line side. Ostlund trying to make a play as he's pinned near the left side wall. This will be sent back around for Stenberg and Enstrom. David Enstrom had it for a moment, but he lost it from the U.S. defense, and they'll flip it. Get this one through center. 4:25 left to go in this third. Ungersoren, windmill, and he'll backhand it, and Augustine will brush it aside near the right post. Worked in behind the net now. Sweden get a D to D up high. Here's a chance deflected. Engstrom tries to get a piece of it. Sweden has to get back in their own end under Sorum. Settle it back down for Stenberg. Felix will get it now. Get some full cell changes. Does Sweden. Turnaround shot will go. And behind the end boards, 3:50 left to go in the third. United States. It's been a while since they got gold. Another goal would do it. And that's what they're going to get. The United States can feel it now. And that's the goal they wanted. They go up by 3. And with 3:48 left to go, the Swedish fans are stunned. But it's Ryan Leonard who gives the United States a 3-goal lead. And they're 3:48 from winning a gold medal. Leonard in off the rush. He wins it between 2 Swedish players. He fires it bottom right side and he leaves a kiss to the rest of the fans. He got past Ostlund using his strength and Elias Pettersson. Bottom right corner. What strength for Ryan Leonard. This BC line. They just cannot be stopped in this tournament. And that's got to seal this thing at this point for the United States. The Swedish fans are waving goodbye. Ryan Leonard, he's putting out one of these like Hulk Hogan near the ears. That's how he used to celebrate on that side back in the early 90s. 3:40 left to go in this third. Monster goal for the United States, says EJ Redick. I could not agree more. Looks like they may be getting the gold medal. Not quite a Vegas Golden Knights victory lap, but still. Here's a long wrister. Stopped by Augustine. Perreault gets the primary assist from the Leonard goal. Sweden's pulled for the empty net. Augustine, this is behind his cage. Cleaned up by the United States. They could fire this length of the ice and in. Here's an extra pass. Bullseye! United States score the empty net. It's in. That's over. They're going to get a gold medal. 3:10 left to go in the third. It's 6-2. And Trey Augustine says, bring it. Man, that's fired me up to see the boys get a chance to get gold. An empty net finish. Rutger McGroarty. Jimmy Snuggerud, he made the unselfish pass, 100 feet right in the empty net, and a broken stick on the other side for Sweden. You know they don't want to settle for silver, but that's what they're going to have to now. The Stars and Stripes are going to take this damn thing, and that's going to feel good on that side for me as a selfish American fan broadcasting this one from Michigan side. I'm thinking about Cooper Hopkins, Alec Nava, everyone else. We love covering the hockey side with you. I know it's just me for the IIHF WJCs in 2024. I threw it out there, try to get the celebrations in and the reactions. 3:10 left to go in this third. The United States are going to win a gold medal. They have a 4-goal lead with 3:10 left to go. Unless there is a catastrophe of epic proportions, this game is going to be done. There is a stick right now in front of the netting. That might be what is causing up and toward the fans of anything else. They threw the stick up into the netting of one of the Swedish players. That was Matthias Havelid. Again, we will get the puck drop. Got to be careful. You're throwing a stick in the crowd. I know there's a netting there, but you could easily get a penalty for that as well. So 3:05 up to go in the third. Let's take this home, as this is United States now near the left side red line. Here's the drop. Rutger McGroarty gets his 5th on the empty net. Little window dressing for the United States, but hey, I don't mind it. Rutger McGroarty from Snuggerud off the empty net. The United States 2:40 away from winning the gold medal, as this is near the right side. Extra pass. Shot off the side of the net. 2:30 left to go in the third. The United States, they're greedy. They want more. And I don't mind it now. You've earned this, fellas, on this side. They will go 7-0 in this tournament again. Not a perfect run as far as all that won in regulation. One of them in a shootout in the 7th round as Isaac Howard played hero. He played hero in this game as well. So did Trey Augustine with that stop. 2:10 left to go in this third. As this is picked up near the wall. Finishing a check is Sweden. Put around the end boards. 2 minutes left to go. Seamus Casey absorbs a hit from Ostlund. As this is near the right side, the United States trying to go ahead and get this back into the defensive side. As the time continues to be killed. Put back around the end boards here. As Sweden has it. 1:35 left to go in this third. Good stutter step. As this is recollected, Lekkerimaki long chance. Picked up off the backhand for Sweden. Put around the end boards. 1:25. Here's the slap shot. Good block by the Americans. As they'll flip it in down across the red line now. Pettersson will put this one back. Augustine was partially out of his goal crease to go ahead and shovel it back. As this will be sent in. To the defensive side for Drew Fortescue, trying to keep it clean now off the backhand. United States with a 4-goal lead as it's a minute left to go. One-timer. This one blocked in front. Maybe got a piece of Augustine as well. 55 seconds left to go in the third. Sweden trying to pick it up off the bumper. United States will use the long flip. Get this down the red line. United States 45 seconds away from winning a gold medal. It was a dominant third period. They just got an empty netter on that side from Rutger McGroarty from Jimmy Snuggerud. Down to 30. United States have really looked forward to this because about 4 years ago, as we get some pushing and shoving, Hutson and Johansson throwing bombs on this side. You don't even see this in the World Juniors. Snuggerud gets double-teamed. He gets taken down. Seamus Casey throwing fists at Johansson, the Red Wings prospect. This is getting ridiculous. This looks like an NHL game. You never see this in the World Juniors. And now the double IIHF referees have to go ahead and separate it. Rutger McGroarty throwing his hands in the air. As far as separation, Trey Augustine spinning around his goal crease and saluting the fans right now. And again, they're in the house. They're in Gothenburg, Sweden. They're booing a little bit when they're seeing the United States celebrate. Maybe thinking they're a little bit fat and sassy on this side. That's the stereotype for the Americans on that end. But holy cow, there was some fist being thrown on that side of the middle part of the ice. And that glue for Lane Hutson when he got high-sticked on that end for Ostlund. That's already broken. His mouth is bleeding again. So a little bit of a stick shove on that side against Jimmy Snuggerud. They snanked him right in the back of the legs. The United States took exception to it, as they should. And then Johansson trying to throw bombs. Hudson's face gets open again. Hutson took the worst of it. And then Johansson on the other side. Here comes some Rutger McGroarty to try to pick up some of those fists. And he came to the help of Hutson. So there's going to be a host of United States players in the box. It's Snuggerud, it's Rutger McGroarty, it's Hutson. The gold medals and the silver medals being showed in the display case. And boy, do those look beautiful. And it'll look even more beautiful around the necks of the United States players. Again, before that huge fight, I was talking about it a few years ago, and the United States had mentioned when they were taken out by Sweden and they had to settle for a medal that they didn't want, they mentioned how much it hurt. Now they get the opportunity 4 years later, and the United States are 31 seconds away from getting a gold medal. A lot of hands and handshakes and bear hugs in behind the United States bench. All that's going to do is delay the inevitable right now, as the penalties have to be surveyed here on this side. So for the United States, I threw out the question, who are you rooting for to win gold today? And 4 out of the 5 votes were for Sweden on this side. That's not going to be the case. They're going to have to settle for silver. Czechia is going to take bronze today after they dismantled Finland. Finland blew a 2-goal lead a couple times, and Czechia scored 8. They won 8-5. The United States right now are ahead 6-2 with 31 seconds left to go. And the third, John, I'm here with you. I'm your play-by-play man. We were watching this on NHL Network. In the United States side of it, TSN. And the Canadian side, again, the double IIHF is supposed to broadcast this live on that side. And every time I checked over the last couple, they have not. So at least on this side for the Twitter and X space. We'll go ahead and bring it to you on that end as we are just waiting for the 31 seconds officially to be counted down. United States fans have their flags and their phones out. They've kind of moved a little bit closer to get a better seat as far as the ceremony. Again, you'll be putting the medals around the necks. For both teams, you'll be getting the 3 players of the tournament as well as player of the game for this one. Again, you could throw it for Isaac Howard with a couple of goals in that second period to be able to go ahead and push it. Even for Trey Augustine, who was stopped 24 out of 26. Hugo Havelid has stopped 21 out of 26. One of those empty netters not going to count against him. 2 of the Swedish players are gone for fighting. I think that's going to be the case. Rutger McGroarty is gone to the delight of some of the fans, Lane Hutson as well. Again, they'll be back after 31 seconds. They're just going to miss the rest of this game for the fighting majors. As some of the other fans, you get a chance to see them at the door side. That's pretty cool on that side to get a chance to cheer some of the other players. So Smith talking with the referees right now. The referees also talking with the rest of the USA coaching staff. Still 31 seconds left. I feel like we're going to have about another 2.5 minutes before we actually can count down these 31 seconds because of all the fighting and all the extracurricular. It looks like a neutral zone draw will be upcoming. Shots on goal were even at 26, but most importantly for the Americans, the score line was not. So Enstrom wins the draw, and the countdown will commence as this will be sent in near the right side red line. Elias Pettersson, Vancouver Canucks product, has this one for Jonathan Lekkerimaki, top line back out there for Magnus Havelid's squad. It's not going to matter. Shot clock down to 10. United States have the puck. They gain the red line, fire it in. Hugo Havelid, one more stop, and the United States went 6-2. They bombed Trey Augustine. They've won the gold medal. Sweden has to settle for silver, but they've waited 4 years to get their revenge against Sweden when they had to settle for silver. No longer immortality and redemption for the United States. They went gold and take this matchup 6-2. It's been a lot of fun to cover the WJCs alongside all of you. I know Jonathan is in here now, beloved Houston Astros fan, being able to follow along. He's covered over the last couple with me over the last few minutes on this side, especially for the United States in the semis when they were down against it for Finland. It was 2-0 on that end. It looked like they might not get out of it. Trey Augustine had to make sure to keep it not even 4-5-0. He held it at 2. It could have been that bad, and they could have lost it all and had to settle for bronze. They were able to fight through. They got 3 unanswered goals against Finland. They moved on to gold. And then today, when it essentially was let me look at the scoreline again, 1-0 into our notes. After 1, Isaac Howard scores a pair of goals. Sweden tied at 1-1. Isaac Howard had other ideas. 5 seconds left in the second period. Sweden gets a power play. It was much deserved on that side because, as we said yesterday, a lot of this was not called. It was a 1-goal game, 3-2, after 2 periods of play, and the United States blew it open. Again, an empty netter will salt it away a little bit more, but a 6-2 final as sticks, gloves, hands in the air. What a camera shot that we got on NHL Network. They mobbed Trey Augustine and the United States. A bunch of happy fans, whoever celebrated here in Gothenburg, Sweden, but happy fans at home in the States will celebrate as the under-20 World Juniors. The United States get to celebrate. 4 years they've waited. 20th year anniversary for their first gold medal. What a response. They get their 6th in team history. They down Sweden 6-2. So a couple Red Wings, Axel Sandin Pellikka and Elias Salomons and Anton Johansson, the defensive side, will have to settle for silver. Trey Augustine for the Red Wings side will get gold. The celebration will commence the joy will commence, and we will get to, once we get all of the extra particulars, the United States with their celebration as they will play the anthem, and the gold medals will be placed around the necks of the United States players. Sweden gets silver. Again, they will get a medal, but they'll have to taste defeat in the medal rounds of their ultimate goals as the hosts. But what we did find out, at least broken by NHL Network, might have been announced a little bit earlier today, but admittedly covering the game with bated breath, is the 2026 World Juniors will be hosted in the States. That might be something I would want to go ahead and get tickets to. I don't know how many games I'd be able to get or how many hotel nights will have to be provided on that side, but man, oh man, would that be fun to watch. Be able to watch that in 2026, but right now in 2024, all that matters is the United States will get the gold medal celebration. I know it's not going to be fun on the Swedish side to go ahead and have to settle for silver, but nonetheless, they fought hard. I mean, in the first 3 games of the tournament here for Sweden, you didn't even know if they were going to concede a goal because they didn't in the first 3 games. But the United States, they used their offensive firepower ultimately to push them ahead. For when they needed to get stops, Trey Augustine kept it close again. He only gave up 2 goals on that side. He was the primary. Again, Dave Starman talked about it in the open before we even dropped the puck in this final. The Caden Iberico, you remember him from last year for the WJCs. He was the one that had to start and back up Augustine. Augustine proves himself to be a second-round pick of the Red Wings. He backs up a loaded United States squad, but most importantly, he kept his team in the game when they needed to on this side, especially for yesterday in the semifinal when they were down 2-0 against Finland. That could have been a game in the second period that went to 4-0 for Finland, maybe even 5. And even at this point, when Sweden had the press, even in the second period as well, when they had about 45 seconds of straight puck possession, had a chance to tie the game 3-3, and then Sweden inadvertently ices it, and then bam, in the back of the net, Zeev Buium gets the one-timer goal, a couple extra follows there, an empty netter finished off for Rutger McGroarty, as we will get the top players of this game. Noah Ostlund will get it for Sweden. That is well-deserved. The high sticking penalty notwithstanding, he gets player of the game for Sweden. Isaac Howard gets player of the game for the United States. He ended up being the USA's leading goal scorer, as he gets a pair in the second period. That breakout from Fortescue was a big setup on that side. So top players of the tournament. This will be for Team Sweden as they will settle for silver. We get the top 3 players of the tournament. They also will get TSO watches. So as they get the watches settled out, we will go ahead and figure out who gets players of the tournament, and we will go ahead and see who gets players of the tournament for both sides. Again, they are congratulating a little bit of the officials who are getting a little bit of the boos. There are some calls that could have been made on both sides. They will get some watches as well and medals. And you moved up in ranks amongst your peer groups as far as calling the game. But again, there was a lot of high sticks and things that were not called in between both sides, but even the refs get to walk away with IIHF plaques. And this is some boos of some fans. It's a little interesting to me on that side. So we will still get players of the game on both ends, and we will also get the national anthem. So double IHF will get allowed to get players of the game. And they are going to go ahead and call these players up one by one, I would think in a straight line, as the silver medal will be given out to all of the members of Team Sweden. They took a 6-2 loss today, but to their crowd and a lot of delight, I think, with full heads and hands and clapping for some, but they should be taking off their helmets and be happy to adorn that silver medal. I understand it's not what they want, but they worked really hard throughout this tournament. And again, the first 3 games here for the Swedish players didn't even concede a goal. You kind of wonder if they were to break through on that side, but I thought that they performed themselves quite well. The United States gave themselves an offensive showcase, and they pushed through when they really needed to be able to go ahead and get themselves in this position. It was not easy waters. And for Canada, look at it on this side. Canada and Finland, they thought they would have had a chance to be able to go ahead and medal. They couldn't even do it. Sweden found themselves here as silver medal winners in the host country in Gothenburg, Sweden. I think they should be proud of it. For the United States, would I have been a little bit disappointed if they didn't get it? Yes, I would have. But I also talked to you about Czechia, Finland, Sweden, some of those other teams that could be a thorn in the side. And it ended up working out. Czechia is getting the bronze, Sweden gets the silver, and the United States gets the gold.
It's good to see. I mean, your bitter rivals, I know there's not a lot of love right now.
So bitter rivals, again, is EJ Raddick talks about it. You look back on it and say, you know, this was a hell of a tournament on both sides. But this is supreme entertainment, and this was a great tournament. It does feel good to say, out of the first 3 years that I've done this tournament, I watched Canada win the first 2 in epic fashion, especially with the goal line stand from Mason McTavish, and then the winner from Kent Johnson, and then Czechia getting bounced out in the final last year. Finland was there the year before and got a silver medal. Again, they don't get anything now. Canada doesn't get anything now. Czechia gets a bronze. Back-to-back medals for Czechia. They got silver the year before and then bronze. But the United States, who had to settle for bronze last year and then not even medaling in the tournament beforehand, goes ahead and gets gold. You work for this. And you know what? Honestly, on the side, I will say this, as fair or unfair as it is to say, you also choose who you want to bring back. And the NHL also has a right, like the Chicago Blackhawks. If Connor Bedard was there now, which he was still eligible for that, so the Blackhawks said, hey, we're going to use this kid and then make the All-Star team. That's their right. So Canada had a lot of chances to bring back a ton of players. They did not. They only brought back Owen Beck. Sweden brought back about 12 to 13 players. The United States did the same. The only one that the United States were missing were Logan Cooley. But that is their right. The WJCs are a lot important. And even Matthew Poitras, who could still be playing with the Boston Bruins, he was brought in to try to foresee everything for Team Canada before they lost to Czechia in the quarterfinals. So we're still getting the handshakes now in the line for Team Sweden. Now they're getting into the trainers as the United States are still waiting for their gold medals. And I will wait until they get those because that is what I have to do at this time. And then we will get into the game story. It's a little bit bittersweet. Again, it's a happy ending for the United States as they will get gold. But it's a little bit bittersweet that I leave you here on this final day because this is the final day of the 2024 WJCs. I had a lot of fun covering this for the 3rd straight year. And you can bet your bottom dollar as long as I'm able. We will cover this one more time again. We will continue to do this as much as we can. Hopefully one day when I say I don't cover, that's because I'm there actually live watching. So players of the tournament for Team Sweden. This will go to the captaincy, Liam Ogren. He gets one of the players of the tournament. He gets a silver plaque as well. Team Sweden will get one last send-off with players of the tournament. I think the preeminent one went to the captaincy, Liam Ogren, as they get their silver plaque and silver medals. We're still waiting for the United States for them to get their golds. So we will be handling out the gold medals, and the United States will go ahead and recollect. They'll get a gold plaque, they'll get some gold medals. They're donning the backwards caps on this side. Again, if I want to talk about some of the lines that led the way, the BC line would definitely be one of those for David Carle's squad. Ryan Leonard, Will Smith, and Gabe Perreault. they'll go back, they'll play some college hockey, and then they'll go back and play in the NHL on that side because they're already taken, but they're going to get their seasoning. I think they're going to find a way to their teams within a year and a half. So Zeev Buium is the first one to get the gold medal. Turn around, we'll go ahead and get his handshakes, and then we'll get the gold medals across all of Team USA right now. It's a really cool moment to be able to watch. Again, they've been waiting 4 years for this side to get it back. The 6th gold medal in Team USA history, 25 years ago to the day of the first for the United States. So celebrate, that's what they're playing right now, is they're showing Fortescue, Pohlkamp. Pohlkamp was able to draw into the lineup a few times as an extra defenseman. Honestly, the United States defense impressed me to the point where Pohlkamp was able to go ahead and say, hey, let's go ahead and make sure that we get to this gold, and able to provide a couple extra pressures here and create some opportunities. He looked quite good. Gold medal for Seamus Casey for University of Michigan. We'll get a chance to look at him as well. Captaincy, Rutger McGroarty. Looks like all of the U of M guys went at the same time too, which was pretty cool. Michigan State product, Trey Augustine and Trey Redding's prospect will be in there as well. I thought he had a great tournament. As the gold medals continue to be handled out, Nelson, again, they have the cheesy picture there with the gold medals in the mouth. No, they're not made of chocolate. They're the actual golds on this side. As we're looking at the goaltenders here, they're able to get their handles on. Samuel Hillenbrand just got one as well. So you have Fowler, Augustine, a couple other players I think that didn't even dress on that side. And others showing for the team staff. And they'll look back on it, the gold medal that they're able to wear proudly. David Carle, you'll see him as well. He'll be the last one to get this on this side, as they might get a team photo as well. But they will play the national anthem. I was hoping to hear it one more time for the United States. And it looks like that is what we will have. So Hutson will get the super glue one more time. He took a stick to the face from Ostlund. Again, the happy smile as you have the napkin wiping the blood off his face a little bit, but I think it's going to be subdued with that gold medal. I know Cooper Hopkins would say that at least. I miss you, buddy, on that side. I know that we got a chance to reach out. Same thing alongside Alec Nava. Thinking of you on this time again because we know as fans we wanted to be able to watch it. How cool. They're unraving all 3 flags for the United States, Sweden, and Czechia for all the medalists as we're singing along for the Star Spangled Banner here for the United States. A couple of USA hockey jerseys as everybody's on the ice right now for USA and Sweden. Hands and arms right now, players are locked as they're enjoying this one and they're cheesing big time. And that's the slang for smiles as they're reciting the Star Spangled Banner. United States with big smiles. They're gold medalists here. Big smile for me, admittedly, on that side as we get a chance to cover it for the 3rd year WJCs and the first time the United States bring home the gold medal. That'll bring a tear to your eye, and that is what we're seeing from some of the fans. And that's pretty cool to be able to have a big salute. Some of the fans were brought to tears here. It almost brought a tear to my eye. I don't want to lose that during the live call. It's not too bad to get teared up here. It's a special moment for the United States. Pretty cool. So the president of the IIHF will make his speech. So Lou Tardif is the IIHF president. We'll go ahead and make some statements. I will go ahead and leave you here. I think that it's a good spot to stop. We got our national anthem. We got our gold medals. We got the silver medal for Sweden. We got players of the game. Guys, this was so much fun. For the 3rd straight year to be able to cover this in its entirety. We watched Canada get back-to-back golds. They were trying to go for 3rd straight. The United States able to fight all the way through. They got it through that game against Finland, no doubt about it. They were down 2-0. Augustine couldn't stop it from being 4-5 on that end. They found a way to get the job done. And even in this game, they had a better start against Sweden, but it was a tie game with a chance. A little bit late for Sweden. And then in the third period, after 50 seconds of pressure, United States forced Sweden to ice. They scored with a Zeev one-timer, and that was the rest of the story here. United States will win gold. So Rutger McGroarty gets the WJC's trophy. Captaincy is the first to touch it. Boy, does that look good. I know it's not the Stanley Cup, but he throws it high and over his head. And the celebration continues with the confetti as it showers the rest of the United States players in gold. How fitting. How cool is that to see for the United States as we're watching this one on NHL Network? Don't slip on any of that confetti, boys. Have a lot of fun. 20 years ago to date, the United States won their first gold medal. And now we settle it with their 6th. Man, this was a lot of fun. I felt the heart grow a couple sizes bigger on that end to watch the United States win this gold. That was so cool, guys. As always, take care. I will be back on the Tuesday side when we resume our streams. I love you guys, honestly. It was nice to see the boys celebrate. A lot of fun. Have much success in the NHL. We watch a lot of these prospects. That really, really was a lot of fun. We'll see you guys Tuesday. And Cooper Hopkins and I will have bated breath on Monday when it's Michigan and Washington. Either way, one of us will be happy. One of us might be slightly sad in the moment, but we'll see what happens. I'll be covering that on Monday as far as the write-up. If he wants to go out and call the game, we might even join out like Nava. We'll see what happens. World champions, that's the banner. 2024 IIHF World Junior Champions in Gothenburg, Sweden. What a picture. I hope someone clips that. United States to get their trophy, they get their medals, and they're out in front with the picture. As always, guys, have a good one. Peace.
I love the picture there. I love the one, the early one with all just the players in there. Now the coaches and support staff come in. A terrific run. Only the 3rd USD.
Have a good one, guys. We will see you. See you Tuesday as the streams start back to normal again.
As well.